What they do, what they do, what they do. Did I not go live? I feel like I went live already. Okay, I don't know how it's upcoming. Let's see. Well, it did it. What's good, everybody? Welcome. Happy day. What's going on over there on YouTube, man? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's going on YouTube is the question. Okay, we good. We good. We good. All right. It's just slow. It's just slow. I look like Frank Ocean. Frank Ocean looks like me. I'm like 20 years older than Frank Ocean. Please give Cartel some money. Y'all go give Cartel some money, man. That man crashing out. You almost want to feel bad for him, except for he's toxic. I haven't seen nothing. I've been busy. I ain't gonna even lie. I mean, I did what I did. I did my work, but I've been like relaxing. I'm easing into the day. It's a good day though so far. For the tomfoolery and shenanigans, huh? I'm on here. Yeah, I hope everybody's having a great Tuesday. Can you guys see the prompt? Is the prompt hidden? If it's hidden, get a new phone. No, I'm just playing. Call your phone company. It's a you thing, not a me thing. All right, bet. Thank you. Am I still in? Nope. All right, cool. All right, thank you. Happy October. It is October, man. Shout out to all my October babies. I don't know signs and shit. I would shout out your sign. I don't know it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know nothing about signs, but it's October though. My favorite holiday is coming up. The Libras. There you go. Your Libras. My favorite holiday. Thanks, Lori. We got Halloween, man. We got Halloween where a lot of you fake motherfuckers get to dress up like fake A lot of y'all, a lot of these motherfuckers don't wait for Halloween to be somebody else. They wait. Some of us, we gotta wait. We gotta wait for Halloween so we could become something else. A lot of you niggas, it is October 31st every day of the year. So 365, huh? Every goddamn day. I'm like, damn, this can't be life. I love Halloween as much as the next man, but every day, y'all don't get tired of that shit. I'm tired. I can't do it, man. I can't mask at work. Everybody know me. Everybody know who I am. Everybody know who I am. I be at work. Hey, when I used to be at the JO, I used to it was two words I would have to make sure I never say it at work. It's two words that I can't get out of my lexicon. Nigga and cuz. Them the two words. So I be talking to you talking, you know what I mean? You talking to mixed company, you know, you talking in front of mixed company, but you're not talking about work and you want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that cuz it just, that shit just slip out. Like, Oh, cuz tripping. Like, I'll just that shit used to just and I had to be like, oh shit. Oh no, cuz these niggas is tripping. Motherfucker. Oh yeah. I can say motherfucker at work. That was nothing. But that cuz and that nigga, oh my God, that shit got your boy in the headlock. That shit got your boy in the headlock. John Bones Jones style. I don't know what's going on the YouTubes, but maybe it's the prompt. I don't know. Maybe they don't like the prompt. But the prompt is, why should I care about women hating men? That's the prompt. Why should I care? I'm gonna need for everybody to explain this to me. Why should I give a fuck that women hate men? How does it affect me? What's in it? What's in it for me? What is in it for me? Okay? You tell me. Nah, see? You tell me. You tell me. What is in it for me? I really want to know. Why should I give two fucks about women hating men? I want to know. I want to know. Y'all call y'all boys in here, man, that be on the internet crying about that shit. Talking about, but what about the boys? But what about our sons? What about the children? I'm not gonna find an answer today, huh? Not today, Bama. I know. But I'ma ask. Shit, I'ma ask. Can y'all tell me? I want to know, why should I give two fucks about women hating men? Cause let y'all tell it. Let some of these motherfuckers tell it. That shit is bad, and it's destroying our economy. You know what I'm saying? Cats is fighting dogs. Dogs is fighting cats. Down is up is down. I'm trying to figure it out. You let me know. You let me know. Women hating men. That shit. What is it doing? How has women hating men disturbed your life? Hmm? Hmm? How have women hating us? How has women hating us disrupted us? Disrupted our life? That's what I want to know. That's it. It's a simple question. I ain't about to build out a whole. I could do a whole paragraph on this shit. The question is for the men's. The question is for the men's. I want to know, why should I care? Why should I care that women hate men? Anybody tell me. Tell me why. How that song say? Tell me why. Ain't nothing but a heartache. Ain't nothing but a mistake. What? Kamala win lesbian running to get married. What are you talking about? You gotta go. You just saying stuff. Bizand. We got a person that got banned on the YouTube. I don't normally ban people on YouTube, but when I do, it's for a good reason. I don't typically ban, but when I do. You know it's snacky. I want it that way. Y'all wasn't there. Because so it's a dry pickle epidemic. They pickles as dry as the Sahara, the Mojave. Yeah, so for me, I think that a lot of these people who take up this cause of why, women hating men or whatever the case may be, the reason why they take up the cause is they actually they think that it gives them justification for hating women, right? Not understanding that if women hate men, it is a reaction to what men have done to women, right? So it's like they're acting like what came first, the chicken or the egg, but we know the answer. We know the answer is men hating women triggered women hating men because women didn't hate men before that, right? Okay. What do you disagree with? We could come up and have the discussion if you disagree. I'd love to hear where the disagreement is at. Tell the men to dress up as good men for Halloween. Tell the men to dress up as good men for Halloween. Shout out to the Cash App, man. I love that shit. So their justification for hating women is because the women are now holding back the giving. Giving what? What you mean?
Hi.
Hey, what's going on?
So I think I've worked on myself, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people have heard me say that so much. But honestly, I think that we are just reacting to each other's reaction. I think that it's a lot of miscommunication and a misunderstanding. I think that it have to be work done on both sides in order to see better results. I think one side just can't do all the work and expect to see results. I hold both men and women accountable for the mess that we have going on within our community.
Okay, so you saying today as if like, are you saying like back in the day it was women hating men actually made sense to you, but now not so much?
No, I think it's just a snowball effect from generation to generation.
And what started the snowball?
I really, even within myself, right?
No, not in with you personally. I'm saying historically, what started the snowball?
Can I finish what I was saying? So I think even within myself, it's only so much I'm gonna go back and try to figure out at this point in time. Within myself, I even try to start what is going on now today, and how can I reverse what had happened, what has happened,
and what has happened today?
It's a lot of shift blaming. It's a lot of not taking accountability. It's a lot of miscommunication, a lack of having compassion and empathy, and actually being conscious in the conversation between the both of us, men and women.
So you don't think there's an actual system of oppression that targets women?
I feel like it could be, but I really don't like talking about systematic stuff because everybody always say, oh, it's a system, but we've known it's been a system for a while. What are we going to do about it besides just acknowledging the elephant in the room?
But you are right now literally not acknowledging the elephant in the room. That's what you're doing.
No, I've acknowledged that, but
no, you haven't.
How can we work?
You haven't.
How can we work?
But you haven't acknowledged it though.
I have acknowledged it.
You didn't. I promise you did. I just mentioned it right now. That was the first time it was mentioned in this whole conversation. You never. I asked you historically, where did it start? And you pivoted and said, well, I don't look back on history, which is a weird statement to make right now, but fine. And then I was,
That's
and you
okay.
never wait, and then even when you mentioned now, you never mentioned the system. Then I said, so there's not a system in place, and then you try. Now you're like, yeah, duh. But Mitch, say that because that's the whole thing. You're ignoring you're literally ignoring the elephant in the room. I find that to be ironic. That is literally what you're doing.
No, I've acknowledged it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, now what can we do about it?
Not what you're talking about. That's not going to be the answer because it doesn't go both ways. So if there is a system of oppression, what can women do? How are women a part of that? What have they done? Did they set up the system?
I don't think neither, in my opinion, from what I've heard, I don't think neither black men or black women have set up the oppression.
We did, but that's not even, I didn't even say anything about black men or black women, but black men started the system initially, since we just historically, right? But right
Can I
now,
ask you a question?
yeah,
Okay, inform me. How did they start it?
the patriarchy was started on the continent of Africa. It wasn't started in Europe. It wasn't started in Japan. It was started in Africa.
Okay.
Right?
Mhm.
So,
Okay.
like slavery started in Africa,
Right.
right? Not chattel slavery, but the concept of slavery started in Africa.
Okay, so what? Okay, so my thing is, how you're handling things right now in this moment gonna help us to get to a better place?
By first not ignoring the elephant in the room, which that's what you're trying to do. The first step is acknowledgement. You didn't want to acknowledge it. You did. Ma'am, I promise you that is what you initially started off doing because you said you disagree. I brought you up here to tell me what you disagree with. You are disagreeing with the notion that, can I finish what I'm saying? Can I finish what I'm, hold on. Let me finish what I'm saying.
Okay. Go ahead.
The reason what you're doing is you're obfuscating, you're acting like it goes both ways, as if it's just a lack of communication, when it's so much more than that. So that's what you're doing. That's what I'm saying. So you are literally ignoring the real issue, which is the system, right? And multiple systems that are in place. And you're saying, nah, I just think we not listening to each other. What? What do you think women aren't hearing from men? What are women missing? What are you saying? I'm not understanding.
Okay, so I feel like because they was raised, I feel like because how they was raised, like, oh, boys don't cry, all that good stuff, that teaches them to separate themselves from their emotions, right?
Okay.
That's just like women are grown to be people pleasers, right? So there's good and bad in both sides. I just think that once we become aware of how to operate or when to operate in those sides, I think it will give us results.
Where is the good in? And when you say both sides, what are you talking about? Are you talking about men? Are you talking about masculinity? Are you talking about the patriarch? Like what do you mean when you say both sides?
So when I say good in both sides, I feel like it can be good that sometimes men can be detached or not be reactive or emotional.
When is detachment ever good?
I think detachment is good for me. Detachment was awesome for me to learn or discover because now I'm not as reactive within conversations. That's why I can come up here and not be so reactive to what you're saying, because most people would take what you're saying and use it as a rejection.
You think that's from you being detached?
So that's why people are so emotional reactive, because they're not detached. They're super or hyper attached to a certain words or conversation.
I don't think that's what it is. I'm not detached from reality or from my emotions. I'm actually tapped into them. So that's why I don't need to react to everything. Like that's what gives me the power to not react to everything, because I have understanding, right? And I understand myself to a certain extent. I don't understand everything about myself and I don't understand everything. But for the most part, I have a sense of self, right? And I have enough education on the things that I'm talking about to where I don't have to react in any way that I don't want to. So everything that I'm doing is I want to do it. If I yell, I want to yell. I'm not yelling because I can't stop myself. If I do like that, I want to do that. You know what I'm saying? I want to express myself. So I think
So
that I don't think.
I think what you've done is show how detachment can be good or whatever, and I showed you ways that you showed me ways it can be bad, and I showed you ways it can be good. For me, it was good that I'm not so attached in conversation because that caused me to be reactive, right? So I like I said, it's good and bad in everything. I just think that we have to become aware of when to be detached and when not to.
What's good? What's good about racism?
I feel like that's a trigger one. You caught me off guard with that one. I haven't really put much thought into that.
And I only ask because
I say that because first off,
go ahead, I'm listening.
I'm saying, can you repeat that?
No, I was saying, and I only ask because you just said there's good and bad in everything, and we are talking about systems of oppression, and I don't believe there's good and bad in everything. I think some stuff is just bad, and racism will be one, the patriarchy will be another one. You know what I mean? Like, so what's good about racism? And then if you can understand that, then maybe you would understand that there's nothing good about the patriarchy. And then if you can understand that, then maybe you would stop saying that it goes both ways and we both have work to do and so on and so forth. You see what I'm saying? I think that's the.
I'm not going to stop saying that there's good and bad in everything, and I'm not going to stop saying that it takes work on both sides. I'm not going to stop saying that. I think that's there's no negotiating on that part.
What's good about grape? I'm just saying you have to stop saying that there's good and bad in everything. That's a very intellectually lazy approach to stuff.
To your opinion, but actually I am a victim of grape, right?
Terrible.
And, I don't think it's terrible. I feel like I was able to push through and grow through it. I would say it made me aware of things that most people who haven't been aware of. And you can look at me like that, but I feel like I would rather go through and grow through it the way that I did versus being a victim and it takes so much negativity out of it. I feel like I was able.
But you were a victim though. I
was, and I don't have to stay that way. I can grow through it.
Yeah.
I can grow through it and become a better person and not allow it for me to become a damaged or a hurt or a negative person.
But that doesn't make it good though.
Okay, so
you know what I'm saying?
What I've got of it, I am more conscious of how I allow my kids to interact with the world. And I may not be, where other women may not be as conscious or they may not see nothing wrong.
Do you think that we need grape in society? You think it's a plus for society for grape to be in society?
No, I don't.
Okay.
But I feel like
so wait. So if you can say that we don't need it, then you should be able to acknowledge easily that it's not good. There's nothing good in it.
But what I'm saying is because we don't live in a perfect world, right? And I have no control over what people do. It's either I'm allow it to make me or break me. And yeah, unfortunately, I went through it, but I've grown through it as well. Of course, when you go through a bad situation, the negativity is gonna stand out. But it's you and how you pick through and make it work for the great good in your life.
Do you think that slavery was good for Black people?
I don't, because you know, a lot of people lost their lives. They was treated poorly because of something they had no control over.
Yes or no, though? Do you think slavery was good for black people?
No, I said that.
Okay, so it wasn't good. So that's one thing that we know wasn't a good thing, right? So there's not good and bad in everything. Great, there's not good and great. Just because you survived it and you're not broken, which I applaud and I love that to hear, doesn't mean it was good though. Those are two completely two different issues.
What I'm saying is you when life throw you curveballs, you have to stay optimistic. You have to see the greater good in all situations.
Says who? Who told you that?
I'm sorry. This is my belief. This is what I live by.
No, you said you. You said you. You didn't say you me. You said you, like as if we all have to do that.
This is my opinion. Just like you're saying all your opinions.
Well, I asked you, where did you get that opinion from? Who taught you that? Who told you have to see the greater good in everything?
I think it would be beneficial to try to see the greater good in everything. Wouldn't you?
No, I don't want to see the greater good in grape or slavery or molestation or exploitation. I don't want to see the greater. What greater good are we talking about?
Now you're twisting my words.
Ma'am, I'm not twisting your words. I'm sorry. That I did not twist your words. I'm taking your words at face value. Do you not want me to do that? Do you want me to do?
What I'm saying is you have no control of what you go through, right?
No, that's not true. You do have control over what you go. I'm not saying every aspect of your life.
Okay, then. So yes, you are. The things that you cannot control, right? Whether they're especially bad, you don't have no control over that, right? So it will be beneficial of you to see the greater good in it, to be optimistic in it. That's how you grow through what you go through.
I don't think that that's how you grow. I maybe that's a way to grow. I'm not saying that's not a way to grow, but I don't think that's the only way to grow through something. I don't think you have to be optimistic through everything so that you can grow. That's what I'm saying. I think you're over generalizing these. Wait, hold on. I think you are over generalizing this stuff and you're being very extreme. And I think that's where the disconnect is. If you're just saying like, hey, I want to see things, things are tough, but I'm going to get through them and I'm going to try to be optimistic, then I can respect that. But
that's what I said.
That's not what you said.
Okay, go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
The way you're explaining it is you're saying there is good and bad in everything, right? Which is a very extreme statement. That's why I'm asking you. I'm naming stuff that I would think we would all be able to be like, no, there's nothing good about grape. There's nothing good about molestation. There's nothing good, right? I would assume that would be the easy answer. That way you can clock like, okay, so there's not good and bad in everything. Back to my original point, there's not. Hold on. It's not just it's a real thing, but so, and then also that way you can acknowledge that because that good and bad, black and white, devil, angel, bull, like all of that stuff, that's not how the world works, right? Some things are just bad. Some things are pretty much just good. And then there are most things are, they have gray areas, right? But when we talk about things like exploitation, when we talk about things, we talk about abuse and whatnot, there is no good to be found in that. Even if you survive it, it doesn't make it good. You still, you know what I mean? Like you were weakened by that. That didn't make you stronger. Like had that never happened to you, never happened to you, you would probably be a different person, right? You see what I'm saying?
I disagree. So this is my thing is what I said was I did not say it was good, a good thing to be great. No. That's not what I said. I said that I've gained for me and in my awareness, it put me in a different space that I feel like worked out for my greater good.
You did say it was good, by the way, because I asked you, was it a good or a bad thing?
I did.
And you said it was good because, and you went on to explain how you grew from it. But
so let's get back on topic, right? So the topic is I guess the gender war, or for me, that's where my standing point was, right? And again, I feel like it have to be work done on both the men and the women's side.
What do you?
I'm not a misogynist. I'm not.
What do you want women? What do you want women to do? Because you said it goes both ways. So what are women responsible for in this?
Well, I think that if women, I had to do this. I think if both women and men worked on themselves and figured some things out within themselves, and like learn communication skills, learn just gain emotional intelligence, I think that will eliminate a lot of problems off the table.
Can you be specific and tell me what women are actually responsible for, though? Because you called it a gender war, right? So a war would insinuate that it's two sides attacking one another. What are women doing to men?
Attacking one another because the lack thereof.
No, you're not, ma'am. Slow down a little bit. Listen to the question before you respond. I'm asking you to give me a specific example of how women attack men. Oh, I see it. Honey put 20 on your head.
Oh, I don't care.
I know. I mean, I got to read the Cash App though. Go ahead. I'm listening.
If you want to drop me, that's
if I wanted to drop you, I would drop you. But I let them pick, and they paid. So there you go. Sorry, they didn't want to hear it anymore. Get this grape apologist, pick me out of here now. That's what Nina said. Y'all shout out to Nina. She finished the job. Abundance said, being great made her a better person. Yikes. Tawana said, is she trying to insinuate that great made her a better person? That's insane. That's what I got from it. Maybe I was missing something. Maybe I was missing something because I didn't get it. If that's not what she was saying, right? Because that's what I was getting from it. I was getting that she was trying to insinuate that the great made her a stronger person. And I'm like, I don't want to say that you're not a stronger person. Like, I just, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. Like, I could have, like, it's like saying if you get cancer and then you become cancer free and then you start working out and stuff like that. You know, you could make a point that like, hey, if I never got cancer, I never would have started working out or whatever. Fine. But also imagine if you didn't get cancer and then you just started working out. you know what I'm saying? Like, did you need to get the cancer? Or did you like, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. That's all I'm saying. Hey man, if I never got cancer, I never would have started drinking water. Like, you never would have started drinking water. You don't think it never would have came a day when you y'all think it never, like, the water, like no day would have ever cropped up where you was like, you know what, I started drinking more water. Like, you wouldn't have been like 22, 23. I know when we little, you know what I'm saying? We be living on fucking Capri Suns and Sunkiss and shit in Tampico. But, you know, at some point in time, you start to realize water is the shit, right? Like, did that only happen to me? Did I like get older and then, you know, I still like my juices and my little sugar-free, you know, my little seltzer waters and shit like that. But when I'm thirsty, I drink water. I don't drink soda. I don't drink juice. I drink soda and juice for razzle dazzle. I drink water for fucking. I drink water to quench my thirst. What the fuck are we talking about here? Like, this is crazy. Tampico make you more thirsty. Soda makes you more thirsty. I got to drink. When I drink a thing of soda, I got to drink some water afterwards because I'd be so fucking thirsty. It's crazy. But yeah, that was interesting. That was interesting. I'm sorry. That was a lot. Whew, that was a lot. Let's tap the screen though, y'all. T got a bunch of water in it. So man, oh man. That was interesting. What's up? Yep.
What's up, public?
Chilling, fam. What's good with it?
I'm over here arguing, as you probably would have guessed. I don't know. I don't know. For me personally, I'm in the same place you are. I don't really give. It's not that I don't give a shit, but it's just like, it don't affect me the same way like misogyny thing affects a woman, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, no one's gonna legislatively oppress me or stalk me in the street like that.
Yep.
I think the only reason why I would care, though, is because it would be a symptom of patriarchy. Like, if a woman hates a man, that's because, historically speaking, like you said, there's probably a lot of reasons for them to hate a man. And that's the problem. We can't perpetuate that stuff. We can't continue. We shouldn't be giving reasons women to hate men, ideally.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
We shouldn't carry ourselves like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it is to me.
Yeah. We shouldn't give women a reason to hate men. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. I like that.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason I care. It's like I don't care not because, oh no, my little boys are going to be affected. How could you do this?
Yeah, yeah.
It's more so, damn, my kids are caught up in this big systemic problem that has started long before them, long before me, and that's I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Now we still.
I don't like having. She's going into high school, and I have to have a conversation with her of, hey, if anyone ever tries this, do this, do this, do this. I have to have conversations that I wouldn't, or I probably would have if she was my brother. But the way I have them and the intensity by which I have them aren't the same because of her gender.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that reality. It bothers me.
Yeah, I agree.
I'd rather go to sleep a little more comfortable at the idea of my sibling going to high school, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I completely agree. That's what it is for me. I care about it because it's affecting women, it's affecting children. But like I'm saying as a man, I don't give a fuck. Like I don't care. Like all the women in the world could hate all the men in the world. That shit wouldn't mean nothing to me. Like I would be sad about it, like you. Like I'd be like, damn, what the fuck y'all got these women out here hating? You know what I mean? Like I would turn to men, like I do. I'm like, if women are hating us, I'm turning to the men, and I'm like,
so what happened?
Yeah, like where the fuck did we met? Like really? Like every woman just, you know. But I would never turn to the women and be like, hey, you guys need to stop that because little boys, like, they'll be fine.
It reminds me of when like white people are just like, I feel as if though I can't be white in the modern day. It's like, you know damn well that's not what this is about.
Mm-hmm.
You know damn well that's not what this is about. Let's be real. We all know what this is about.
Yep. That's exactly what it is. Mm-hmm. It's the toughest thing in the world to be today is a white man. I'm like, what? When did the fuck?
No,
when did that happen? I missed that shit. I still been looking for the data on that because I don't see it.
I don't know. I would live life with a cheat code. My skin was white. You kidding me?
For real. Yeah, the need to that's the real victim mentality. That's the real victim mentality. You know what I'm saying? That's that you have the mentality of a victim, but you're actually not a victim.
Mm-hmm.
That's a victim mentality. If you are a victim and you talk about being victimized, you don't have a victim mentality. You're just a fucking victim.
See, I was gonna come up here and say that before because I've always disliked like there's a victim mentality and then there's like victim mentalities forced upon victims.
Mm-hmm.
Like not every single situation has to be this like learning lesson. Sometimes you get fucked up by life and it's not cool, and we just got to be like, yeah, no, that was fucked up.
Yeah.
Period. Like there was not like I could have learned this lesson 1,000 different ways. I shouldn't have had to learn it this way.
Yep.
Or come into it this way. That was fucked up. That's true for everybody. That's true for men and women. Don't that shit.
Yep. That's facts, bro. Hey, man, I appreciate you coming there, broski. I'm going to rotate. I got a lot of people in the queue. Appreciate y'all. Noper, what's good? Oh, she probably ain't even up here. All right, there we go. Mm-hmm. Friendly, what's good with it?
Hey, Polly, how are you?
I'm good. Damn, where'd I put that shit?
Man, I was trying to come up here before they dropped her out because I was like, I know it's coming soon because I was just I was just sitting there like really scratching my head. I'm like, I had to stop working to try to like comprehend what she was trying to say. It's like I think I kind of get what she was trying to say. She wasn't saying it right. Like she's talking about the after effects of it, and I get that part because
you think that's what she really was trying to say?
I mean, like I get it as far as you don't want to feel like a victim anymore. Because I'm also a victim of that, and yeah, you reach a point where you don't want to feel victimized anymore. But she's missing that. Yeah, we can feel that way, and we feel like we're a survivor. But yeah, fuck that it happened. That shit sucks. It was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and she was just skipping that part and just going straight to the end result of like years of probably therapy and like trauma. But yeah, you need to just admit, yeah, the whole act, the whole idea of it sucked. And that's okay. It sucked. Like there's nothing good about it. Like, because trying to be like an optimistic person is cool, but you're delusionally optimistic to where it's just like, all right, because now you're out of touch. Because I would never say that there's good in that. Like, I would never say that, ever.
I think the reason why I don't believe that's what she was trying to say is because she was trying to say that about what we were talking about, right? She was trying to do the it goes both ways shit. That's how we got there. You know what I'm saying? Like, so because she said there's good in everything, and I was like, there's good and great, right? And
I'm like, she really just wanted to say, man, I messed up, but she's too prideful. I'm like, yeah, you could have just said I misspoke.
Yeah.
Because I am someone like you. Like, I am going to take what you're saying literally. So if you say that there's good and bad in everything, yeah, I'm like, oh, okay, so everything.
Especially when we're talking about something that there isn't a good and a bad in. There's just bad. So you're trying to act like there's good in this situation, and you're also trying to act like both sides are complicit, which is just not true. That's all she was trying to do. And I was like, no, I don't want to hear that shit. And she asked to me, she was trying to use her victimhood to do that, to like push that narrative. Like, how are you going to tell me I was great? I'm like, what? That's wild, man. That people, because I've seen men do that too.
He has kids and is gonna push that logic onto them, like, because it doesn't matter if she got boys or girls. Neither of them need to carry around that logic.
Yeah, that's what I didn't like. Like, I was like, I don't know about that one. You're saying that you. Like, it wasn't like that's what men do, right? That's what the men do when they claim that they were like SA'd or abused as children or husbands or whatever the case may be, Mellow. But then at the exact same time, they don't understand the plight of women. Like, when women are abused, they don't have any empathy for women when they're abused. And then they try to weaponize their abuse against the women and be like, well, I was like that too. Pull yourselves up by your bootstraps. Why you just didn't leave? And then I got to go through the whole rigmarole of like, but you're a man, right? Like, what could you do what could she do if you got up and left? Like, what could she do to you if a woman is abusing you physically, right? And you literally just stand up and just be like, I'm out of here. What the fuck can she do? Nothing, right? But flip that around, the dynamics change completely. So it's not the same thing for when women are trying to leave men versus when men are trying to leave women. That's why I never take men seriously, even when they're abused and they try to talk about it in this way. They're always trying to minimize what the abusers did, while simultaneously claiming to have been abused, while simultaneously saying I've suffered too. I'm like, cool.
The last person that I like opened up to with my ex-fiance about it, because like I felt safe, like I thought he loved me, and it turned into like a 21 question session about, well, why did you go out with him? Well, why did you do this with him? Why did you go to his apartment with him? Like, and I was like, well, I'm telling you what happened to me, and you're like questioning me about why I did this, why I did that, and not once you say, why did he do that? Like, why did he feel okay doing that to you? Like, no, I just they don't. It's like they lack. It's like they lack any form of empathy. So I just choose not to talk to them about it because it just seems like it's never gonna go anywhere.
That's facts. I mean, it's tough. It's definitely tough to get it to go anywhere, but you know, we still got to have the conversation for the few that it might reach. I don't know how to say your name. It's a bunch of random letters in a row, but Ben New or whatever, you can come up. That's the link right there. That's for you. Come on up. I'm gonna mute you for the live though, because you're not saying that. Let's go. Let's put you in some timeout. But if you want to come up, you can. But yeah, that's what I got. That's what I got from it. I think that she was just trying to weaponize her. Sadly, she was trying to weaponize.
I'm trying to understand her because I try not to call people dumb or stupid. Like first, like I try to hear them out because I'm like, okay.
I wouldn't call her dumb or stupid. I think she was deliberately trying to do what she was trying to do.
And
she was wrong.
Like she's really that like dangerous kind of pick me,
mm-hmm.
like the dangerous kind, because I think a lot of that rhetoric is dangerous to like walk around with, and I think she's one of them that I wouldn't even want to be friends with somebody like that because they'll snake you out over in there.
Oh, no doubt about it. Or like you said, if something happens to you, they will start to have that conversation like, well, what were you doing? And how did you fuck this up? You shouldn't have done that. And like, whatever. And it's like, what? Get the fuck out of here. Should I report him? Nah, girl. I mean, you did go over there 2:00 in the morning. So like, no, nigga, report that. Like, what are you talking about? Get his ass off the streets if you can. You know what I mean?
He told me it was no point for me to go to court because I was in his apartment, and I'm like, but I didn't agree to that. I was waiting on my car, so I didn't agree to that. But it's like trying to like explain that to someone who's committed to misunderstanding and committed to backing up anything a man does is just no point. Because like, there's not gonna be it.
That's facts. Hey, Unfriendly, I appreciate you coming up, though. I'm going to rotate. I got some people in the queue, looks like. A couple people in here. Triple. All right. Thanks for coming up. Man. What a day.
Hi, Bob. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good. I have two things, but speaking to the prompt, why should I care about women hating men?
Mm-hmm.
If I was in your shoes, I don't know. I guess I went from a safety standpoint, but I can understand why you personally wouldn't, because a woman's experience is their experience. Now, if she's not a direct threat to you in some kind of way, I guess why would it matter? But really, I just I'm not working. I was passing through, but I wanted to ask you. There's a debate that's gonna go on Wednesday on YouTube that I would love to get your feedback on. It's gonna be between Cynthia G and Demas and Thoth. They're going to be debating victimhood. They're going to be debating. Cynthia G is going to be debating from the side of when is the victim, quote unquote, a willing participant in their own victimhood, and Themis is going to be pushing back against that. And I think Themis kind of takes your perspective on that. Like a victim is a victim, period. Like it's not a victim's fault that somebody is being, that they're being taken advantage of and abused. And I think this is going to be a really interesting debate, and I'd love to ping you for it on because they're supposed to be doing it on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. It's going to be Eastern Standard Time, but I thought it would be really cool if you checked it out.
Whose page is it going to be on?
I believe it's going to be on Themis's page because Cynthia, she's mostly on Patreon now.
Yeah.
So it's going to be on the Themis and Thoth page. He usually does a lot of content on popular what do you call it, like stuff going on in social media and stuff like that. But he also does a lot of men's discussion groups too on what's going on with the Black community and Black women and everything like that. But I thought that would be a really cool debate for you to listen to, because I'm really interested to see how this is gonna go.
Yeah, I'll watch it. I probably wouldn't watch it live because
Sure,
yeah, I'll catch it though. I'll probably have to put it on 2 times speed so I could get through it. I can't watch stuff at real speed, and my brain is, my shit be like, but
absolutely. But yeah, I just when you were talking about the girlie that just left, because I think I clicked onto the live like right after she left. I was like, oh snap. And I thought I would come up and say like, hey, this would be really interesting for you to listen to. Because again, I mean, there are so many people who are on the fence about when is a victim a willing participant. And
so
I
weird.
even admit, myself included, especially when it comes to, but I put that on myself. Like when I go through things, or I've been through things, or I've been through trauma or something like that, I always say like, how can I take accountability? But also, when do I stop blaming myself for somebody else harming me, So to hear 2 people have that debate is going to be really interesting and gain some different perspective.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you something right now. Why, for me, I would take any approach of trying to blame a victim as dangerous, or I just think it's a weird. I think it's a weird stance to take. I just wholesale the idea, because it is almost, in my mind, it is an oxymoron to say that you are both a willing participant and a victim. That doesn't make any sense. You cannot be both at the same time. If you are a willing participant, then you are no longer a victim. If you are a victim, then you are no longer, you're not a willing participant. That's what I'm saying. So arguing that at any point in time is weird. Like, I don't understand how you could, I don't know how you, now, this is not for the people that have been victimized, that feel how they feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can understand you blaming yourself. I get that, right? Like, I'm not saying like, oh, how dare you blame yourself? Like, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying, me as the observer, I have no right to blame you, the victim, at any point in time and be like, well, like, okay, so when he kidnapped you when you were 17, that was wrong. But at 25, you could have left and you stayed. So you're a willing participant in your own, like, I'm not going to, you see what I'm saying? Like, when did it change? Like, what do you mean? There's always a reason why a person who was once victimized would actually start to participate in it. And that is usually like Stockholm syndrome, or they have been broken, or they have some other mental problems going on. You know what I mean? Like, but nobody that is aware of what's going on at that point in time would ever continue to live in that, in that state of victimhood. Like, that just doesn't make sense. After the fact, how you cope with it is a totally different discussion. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not talking about after the fact. I'm saying the actual act, which that's what I'm getting from this debate is, like, it's going to be like the men. It's basically the argument that men make every day for women when we ask, what can women do better? Or what do you want to hold women accountable for? And they say, choose better. It's the same thing. It's the same argument. They're trying to enter. To me, if you're telling me this from the way I'm understanding it, Cynthia G is trying to intellectualize it. That's all she's trying to do.
Cynthia G put it from a perspective, like she even extrapolated an example from a video she was talking about yesterday on her private live. There was a woman whose baby daddy told her, or the father of her child, told her that she was no longer attractive to him because she was pregnant. Girlie said that she never wanted a baby, is having the baby because her boyfriend wanted one, and now she's beside herself because the dude is going off, he's cheating, he's going behind her back. She never wanted to be a mom, but she did so because he wanted to have a baby, and now he's also not attracted to her. So Cynthia was stating, this man told you up front that he told you, like, from rip, that you were not attractive. He's cheating on you. All this stuff, like basically what Cynthia is saying. Sorry, I was interrupted. That you got all of these signs from this man showing and telling you that he didn't want you. He was going to mistreat you, and you stayed. That's what she's saying. I don't agree with it. I'm not saying that I do. I listen, but I think Cynthia is a little extreme in a lot of regards.
Yeah.
I'm just interested to hear the pushback that Themis is going to give as well, because again, I would never blame a victim.
Yeah.
Ever. I have no heaven or hell to put anybody in. I don't know what their walk is, nothing. I would never, ever, 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 ever blame a victim,
I think the problem with that, even just that example, right, is there are some things that you can blame her for. And then there are some things where she is still a victim. Right? So cheating, how is she responsible for him cheating? Cheating is you break a contract between two people, right? So if he broke that, now if they never had that contract, then he's not cheating.
Right.
So the contract had to be there for him to break it. Cool. So he broke her trust. He's wrong. She's a victim, right? The baby part, he said I don't want to have the baby or whatever the case may be, but he still impregnated her. If he don't impregnate women that you don't want to have babies with. Once again, I mean, you could say, okay, she should have gone. I am not the one to tell anybody, and I don't think even women, I don't care. You don't get to tell another person to abort a child, because once again, her body, her choice. So there, you want to say she's a victim of that too? Cool. You could even kind of apply that. Like, where the fuck? Like, people act like because somebody says they're gonna do you wrong and then they do you wrong, that excuses the person that did them. You see what I'm saying? Like, or he didn't say I'm gonna do you wrong, but I'm saying you're like trying to minimize that and act like, well, she just signed up for. That's a weird take. That is so strange to me. It just doesn't make any sense. I don't know how you can logically I don't know how you can logically argue that. I don't know how that argument would ever make sense. I don't get it. I want to hear it though. I do now want to hear it because I don't know how it could make sense.
Personally, I would never agree to a debate of this kind, because like I said, and some people are right. I probably don't fully understand Cynthia's stance, because again, I mean, I'm working through this in my own mind on how it can apply to me, you know, and some things she's very, very strong on. Some things I'm just not there, you know. But as far as this, I think this debate will be very interesting, because even Themis, who's a mutual of Cynthia's, they have pushback on occasion. So
which is fine.
Which that's why I'm so interested to see this, that they actually agreed to sit down and have this conversation as mutuals to discuss this on a live platform. So I was like, this is going to be really cool.
I feel like I was supposed to go on this person's show before. Styling Twins, is that who you sent me? I got in contact with somebody and then we emailed back. I want to say it was their show. Yeah, I wanna that was them. Okay, Styling Twins. Yeah. Their people hit me up and then I responded back. This was like months ago. I hit them up and then maybe I missed the email or something like that, but I never got anything back. That might have been my bad. I might have dropped the ball on that one, but I would love to be on the show. I'll go back and spend a block on it. Shout out to Styling Twins, by the way, because she said she told me that months ago. Like, I don't even know how long ago that was. I feel like that was like 5-6 months ago when that conversation happened.
Themis is super cool. He also has men's panels on occasion where they get together and they have discussions. The last one was absolutely hilarious. Like, it kind of mirrors kind of what you're having with a lot of men here on your platform. The only thing is that a few of those men, they appear to come from higher backgrounds. I don't mean to say higher, like that sounds super freaking elitist, but like, you know, they're lawyers, they're activists, things like that kind of thing, not just like people who just show up randomly on TikTok. So
yep.
Yeah. But that was it, public.
Yep.
I appreciate you and everything. And again, not victim blaming. I would
No,
never,
I know you weren't doing that. You just were talking about the conversation. I got it.
Yeah, absolutely. But thank you for all you do, and I'm gonna keep listening.
Thank you. Yeah. Let me read this super chat. Juniper Roberts says, there will always be a more vulnerable victim. So how are we going to keep blaming them? There is no floor. Abusers will always find another more vulnerable. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, trying to say that, hold on, let me kick this person out real quick. We got our second ban of the day. Ben No Jins, whatever. He didn't want to come up, so he got to get banned. What I think what I'm saying is trying to teach women to like walk away and not get involved in these situations is one thing. Lying and blaming victims to do that is another thing. Those two things have to be separate. I don't know of any perfect way of doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not one to tell somebody like what the next step should be, but that can't be a part of it. That can't be a part of it. That can't be a part of it, right? You're saying this, and that's not what Cynthia is going to do. Fine. I'm just telling you what I'm getting from what was just told to me. I'll watch the debate and then I'll hear what she has to say. But as of now, it just sounds weird. Right? Like, as of this moment, it sounds weird. I don't know. Literally, obviously, I just heard about it right now. Yeah, Styling. Let's spin the block on that. Try to make it happen. She said the debate is going to be on YouTube tomorrow on Temis, their page. But yeah, I don't know. I just think that's weird. That's just me. So we'll see. I'm excited. I'm thoroughly interested. I want to see what it is. I want to hear what is being said, because right now I'm like, it doesn't sound like a debate worth having. But both of those people are like, I trust. Well, I've listened to Cynthia G, and I've listened to Cynthia G a fair amount of times where, like, I think she's, I know she's smart, you know what I mean? Like, so I don't think she would, have this conversation in an unintelligent way, so let's see. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want to know if she could do that. The man wanted the baby. The woman did it for him. Yeah, exactly. That's what people are saying. I don't even know the story, but the man wanted the baby. The woman did it for him. So how is that her fault? Like, I don't know. Is that her fault because she had a child for her partner? Like, I don't know. Am I blaming her for that? Like, is that what we're doing? I'm dead serious. Like, I don't know. I don't know if that is her fault or. And then, yeah, so if I'm understanding correctly, he said that he wanted a child with her. She said, "Okay, I don't want one, but okay, I'll have it for you." Then when when she got pregnant, he then said that she was too ugly to be with because she was pregnant. He didn't like her anymore. Then he started cheating on her. And how is this her fault? I don't know. If that's the story, I got to look it up because I don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah, I'm not understanding it. Yeah, that's what I'm getting from it, inverted cusp. But we're going to see, though. That's in hindsight. You see what I'm saying? Like now we could play Monday morning quarterback, right? And be like, she shouldn't have did that. And that's wrong. And why would you ever do that? And I would never, like, that's what I'm saying. I just want y'all to just You cannot have it both ways, right? We cannot be in here having these conversations. And then when a person is manipulated clearly and victimized, then y'all say she's stupid. She shouldn't have done it. What? When did that happen? When did that switch happen? That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm trying, like, I feel like maybe I'm wrong. I just feel like that's inconsistent with what we're saying, with what I be saying. I don't know about y'all. I'm saying that's inconsistent with what I be talking about. That would be a weird, like, pivot for me to be like, well, no, that's her fault. Like, is it? And I just, and also for me, that's why I don't get into telling women what to do, because I just think that's a very strange thing for especially a man to tell a woman, oh, you shouldn't, what would you doing having that man's baby? You a dummy. Like, girl, you should have knew better. He was bad beforehand. And like, I don't know. I ain't gonna do that. If you women want to do that to that woman or these women, you can do that. I'm not gonna do it. And I think it's inconsistent with the message. But you know, I'll listen. I'll listen. Saying she walked into a situation, she set herself up to be cheated on and abused is crazy. Crazy. I shudder. I shudder at stuff like that. I don't like it. It's weird. Just don't make sense to me. It don't make sense to me. That's me though, right? Calling women stupid for being manipulated, calling them dumb, and I'm starting to see what men saying about y'all. Y'all stupid. Talking like that about, I don't think that's I don't like that. I don't think that's the right approach. Now, are there some women who like that approach? Maybe. Maybe some women respond to that. That's fine. But I think that it does more harm than good, because the idiots are going to triangulate that message against all women. That's what they're going to do. What up, Jay? They're going to take that message and then be like, see, even this woman said it. Like the same thing that they do with black people when black people say stupid shit about black people. That's all they're going to do. They're just going to take it and weaponize it. So I don't think that if there is some truth in there, which there might be some truth in there, but it ain't enough. It's not enough positivity in that message to actually push it, to actually like come out in the forefront and like say it in front of hundreds of thousands of people and be like, this is, yep, women need to hear this. Like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. There are things that I believe like on individual cases about like a specific, like black people or whatever, you know what I mean? Like I may have a friend that really is lazy and really does need to get his ass up and go get a fucking job, right? Like that exists. Don't get me wrong. But that is a far, like you would hell would freeze over before you catch me on the internet telling that story in a way that where you can apply it to like all black people. You know what I'm saying? I would remove race from that story if I were to tell it. Like, I wouldn't say it in a way that it was like, you know, I know this black man that just lazy as fuck and he don't want to get no job and he got 10 baby mamas. Like, I wouldn't do that. Even if I knew somebody that fit that, I would never say it that way, because I know that I'm gonna be on fucking 5 anti-black blogs tomorrow and they're gonna be like, even this black man said that black men are lazy. Like, I'm not doing that. That's a conversation that I have with my homies in, you know what I'm saying, in private. We can have that conversation about that one guy, about that dude right there, about that woman right there. I'm not about to get on the fucking internet and like push that message. Like, that's crazy. That leads to violence. That justifies abuse. Like, what are we? I can't do it, man. We losing the plot here, y'all. Let's be careful. I think that's dangerous. OD says not their fault. He just wanted to trap that woman so he can abuse her. That's what I got from it. And I heard bits and pieces of it. It just didn't make sense. Selling out the homeboys in public is wild. Like, it's wild for me. I ain't gonna do it. You think that's respectability politics to not say things that aren't true about the group. If they were true about the group, then it's not respectability politics, right? If it's something that actually does apply to the group, then say it, right? Then say the thing. That's fine. But when it doesn't apply to because most women aren't being manipulated. Most women aren't willfully signing up to be abused. You see what I'm saying? So why are we talking about this small demographic of women, if they exist at all? Why are we talking about them in a significant way? Why are we highlighting them? Acting like, see, all these women out here signing up for abuse. That's different. That's not respectability politics. That's not what, like I just said, if I talked about a black man being late, are all black men lazy? Are most black men lazy? And I mean, you know, trust me, I think all men are lazy in general. But I'm saying, you know, is it because of our blackness that we're lazy? Like, no, get the hell out of here. That's crazy. So I would never get on the internet and talk about black men in that way. I think that that's wild because, like I said, all they're going to do, the powers that the people that want to uphold the status quo, they're gonna take my message and pervert it. Even if I meant it to be good, even if I meant it for something else, right? Even if I was well-meaning in it, you know, if it was well-meaning, it doesn't matter. All they're gonna do is take it and be like, oh, see, this black man said, you niggas need to get a job. You niggas need to go down there to the county hall. You niggas need to get off of government assistance. Like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna be the face of that. I'll pass. You got it. You got it. I think it just causes more harm than it does good. That's it. That's all I'm saying. I could be wrong about that. I will accept that too. I'm fully open to the criticism of I disagree with that, and I think we need to call out everybody. That's fine. That's fine. I disagree though. So it was her fault for trusting his word. The same words women are told to trust. Make it make sense. Exactly. I think that's what I'm getting from it. It's interesting. What a good day. What up, Six Figure?
Hey, public. How you doing?
I'm good. What's happening?
Oh, you know why I got in the queue now. But
Hold on, man. Don't come up here with that energy. That's
you know why I got in the queue. Like, let's be for real.
that was funny.
You know what? Like, first of all, because I really wanted to have a dialogue with her, because girl, you need some help.
Help!
Your name is the elephant in the room, but you don't know how to identify the elephants in the rooms. Like,
it was 19 elephants in the fucking room with us. I was like,
it was baby elephants, mama, daddy elephants.
Dumbo was flying around this motherfucker.
There was deltas everywhere. Like,
Oh my God.
That was very concerning. And then I looked on her page and she got 4 beautiful babies. And my question to her was, because since it's both sides, because I don't see a man anywhere in sight in that picture or on your page. So if it's both sides, where's the daddy? Where's the husband? Why is it just you and your kids? Oh, because them niggas or Negro done did something to not be a part of the picture. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I feel like,
Where them nakers at?
huh?
I said, where them nakers at?
Yeah, where they at? Because you're being disingenuous. You get what I'm saying? Like, you said you were, sexually assaulted. You know, and then again, you got 4 kids.
They said,
I don't see a man in sight.
Sad said the husband was in the picture with her.
No, that looked like a little boy. That looked like a teenager. That literally looked like a teenager. Y'all go back and look. Okay, maybe I'm crazy, but that looked like a teenager.
They said she had a husband. He just looked like a kid.
Oh, that's her husband?
I ain't seen the page. I don't be looking at y'all pages when I.
15 years old. That cannot be her husband. But anyway, I'm just like, no. I'm by the time 2025 come in, I'm gonna need therapy just from listening to y'all. Some of y'all, like, it's traumatizing just listening to what a lot of you guys are saying. And like, girl, get out of Pick Me Nation. Get out of Pick Me Country. You really, I don't know if you're still in here.
She picked.
Huh?
But she picked.
Y'all saying that's her husband for real?
I believe him, man. When the comments be lighting up like that, I'll be believing them. It's kind of, I'll be riding with the comments on them. They ain't steer me wrong yet.
Okay, well, he looked 15. I'm just saying. The man looked 15. So maybe that's the problem. I don't know, but it was very concerning. I just need her to get some help. I hate to see it for her. Like, girl, no, just get some help. I'm gonna leave it right there. But that was very traumatic to listen to. I ain't gonna lie. And I don't know how old she is, because that's another clarifying question I was gonna ask.
She young, clearly in her 20s. Clearly. Can't be older than 25, 26. Can't be.
Yeah, and she got, like, you know, and I don't judge nobody for how many kids they have, but when you're young and you get into that, a lot of times you think like a young person because you entered into either marriage or motherhood very young. And so you really don't know what's out there. You get what I'm saying? But then you do know what's out there. You just don't, you want to ignore it, because if she does have a man in the house, then, you know, it's too much. I can't.
Shan said she don't know what's going on. So I had a young lady up earlier, and we started talking about the prompt, and she started doing the like all lives matter approach, like it goes both ways, and we both got work to do. And she said that what did she say? What made me ask her about the grape? She said there's good and bad in everything. And I said, everything? She said, yeah. And I said, is there good and bad in grape? And then she went on to tell us that she had got graped, and how she, you know, she grew from it, and she became like a better person, or, you know, whatever. She got help, whatever it is, right? Which is fine and great for her. But that was her reasoning behind there's good in being great. That I was like, I don't think that equates to there's good in.
No.
That's what she said. That's what she said. That's what she.
No, I didn't. I walked away for 2 seconds. I came up to speak on what you were talking about before. I don't know what. That's wild.
Yeah, that's what she said. You go watch on the playback after the live is over. You're gonna be like, huh? How did we get here? I asked her with slavery. Good and bad. No. I said what was good about slavery or something. She was like, nothing. And I was like, okay, there's nothing, because she's trying to act like there's like good and bad, like it goes both ways. Like, oh, there's men, you know, men do this and women do that, and we both got it. And I'm like, not when we talk about a fucking systemic problem. Like, it's not.
Yeah, you know, the both sides bandits. That's, you know, they got the same talking point
Every time.
It goes both ways, but only, you know, one is being harmed way more than the other. But because the other side does it 1% of the time, oh well, it goes both ways. Even if just one person on the other side of the spectrum does it, then it goes both ways. And you know, we know that that's not how things work, but that's what
maybe I'm living in a black and white world, because I'm trying to figure out where the fuck do women be oppressing men at? Like, where is this happening in our society? Like, y'all can point me to it.
What I'm saying is, even if we look at a systemic problem of DV, for example, if they know one woman that has ever pushed a man, it goes both ways. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't have to be a person on the other side. It's just,
facts.
I know one person that hit her man, so it goes both ways.
Yeah, okay. Facts.
They make it the same thing when it's far from the same thing.
Because you know me, Shan, I don't even be talking about shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, on that level. And that's what makes me so annoyed when we have these conversations. It's like, they want, and they do it intentionally too, by the way, but they always want to talk about it like from these interpersonal, like, so you ain't never had a woman yell at you? And I'm like, yeah, I've had a woman. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't never had a woman lie on you? Yeah, I've had women lie on me and lie to me. I'm not, what are we acting like these are the same things as like I'm stealing your wages. I'm you can't vote. You don't have bodily autonomy. You can't report me if I grape you. Like, are we comparing these two things? Because that's fucking crazy. Because that's not what like, that's not what I'm talking about. Like, I'm not like, to make everybody feel better, to put your minds at ease, public offender does not think women are perfect. I don't. I know women aren't perfect. That's not what this is. I don't even know why that is even a part of the discussion ever. I hate when it comes up. It's so elementary to me. Like, who the fuck really, who thinks that? But if we're keeping score, when it comes to oppression, women are perfect. Because who the fuck have they oppressed? Where are they oppressing people at? Where is this happening? Right? And what I'm saying is, before y'all start mentioning white women, like I've already said this before, when the white women participate in the oppression of other groups, it has nothing to do with them being women and everything to do with them being white. It has zero to do with their womanhood. Zero. When the what were they called? The sisters or whatever the fuck, the sisters of the Confederates or whatever the fuck, and they changed the school system and they did daughters of the thank you. Thanks, Bert. When they were doing that, that was because they were white. That wasn't because they were women.
Right.
See what I'm saying? That y'all got to know how to sit the system. The systems is tricky. That they motherfuckers be, you know, I know they be rubbing against each other sometimes, and a lot of times they on top of each other. But sometimes the motherfuckers ain't got nothing to do with one another, and that was one of those times. But you can say that they used the optics, right? And when I say they, I mean the men, the real men who had the levers of power. They used the optics. They said, see, even these women want to do this. Y'all can trust women. And then, yeah, I could see them doing that, but that don't mean that they was doing it because they were women. They was doing it because they was white. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know where the fuck women are oppressing men in all of niggerdom. I've never seen it before, and I could be wrong.
It's not happening. There's nowhere you can point to women oppressing men as a collective, as a group. There's no way where that you can point to that.
Yeah, all I'm saying is,
to me, it's like we want to make, as a society, we want to make women the most powerful victims there have ever been. Like, one minute we want to say that, you know, men are the natural born leaders, and men are supposed to lead, and men are stronger, and men are smarter, and men are more capable, and men are more whatever, until it's time for them to all of a sudden be the victim.
That's fact.
Now women are, you know, we've got Hulk strength. Now we have all the manipulation powers in the world. Now we're the smartest, you know, criminal minds ever to exist. I got
the wildest one, Shan. The women's tongues cut like Ginsu knives. I'm like,
it's like they will say that women are, you know, lowest of the low, bottom of the barrel, can't do this, whatever, until it's time for us to be the villains that they are, until it's time for them to project. And now all of a sudden we strong, we can beat everybody up. We, like you said, the power of the tongue.
Hey, these niggas out here
bring whole nations down with our voices.
These niggas out here really cutting women with Ginsu knives and then trying to tell us that they tongues is like Ginsu knives. I'm like, y'all niggas really out here cutting women up. Who the fuck? I don't care about what they say to you, sir. Y'all out here cutting these women up. What are we talking about? You trying to tell me that them yelling at you it cut you just as deep? No, nigga, stop. Y'all weird, bro. Y'all got to stop that shit. That's crazy. When a woman, if I hear one more you dusty ass niggas talk about a woman, what she says cut me deep. Y'all sound like fucking Donkey off of Shrek. Like, get up out of here with that shit, man. I couldn't care less about it. Go to therapy. I'm not, that's all. If you come up here and tell me that a woman's words cut you deep, go to therapy. I'm not saying they don't. I'm not saying they can't. I'm saying that's a problem for you to fix between you, her, and the fucking therapist. Now go sit on that lady couch. That's all I'm saying. But the shit I'm talking about ain't got nothing to do with therapy.
I know my words can cut deep. Trust me, I
I also,
Your actions didn't cut me so deep. Maybe my words wouldn't cut you so deep.
but I also gotta add this one caveat. The reason why women's words be cutting so deep is because they be true. How does shit that ain't true cut deep? If you say, hey, look, man, hey, y'all know I done been on, as long as I've been on this platform, I done been called everything under the sun, right? That shit don't cut me. It ain't never been true. Why would it ever bother me? You can say whatever you want to say about me. Coming from a specific person, it may cut me. Like, I'm like, damn, E2 Brute. But like outside of that, I don't give a fuck. Like, no, y'all don't never say nothing accurate about me when they try to attack. They've never actually said anything that was accurate about me when they've said, they just make shit up, right? Why would that ever bother me? But when you can tell when you say some shit about a motherfucker and it's true, and they in real time got to unpack that shit and they can't do it. Oh my God, they be that's when the crash outs happen.
And that's like I've been told that verbatim. Like it's not like
Go ahead, Bert.
I be talking to men, calling them, stupid MFers.
That shit wouldn't bother me.
And,
you was dumbass bitch. I'll be like, okay.
The words that cut deep. The words that cut deep is me clocking you and me calling out your manipulation and me telling you that you might need to go get a diagnosis because something got to be wrong with you.
And that's why you and your last baby mama didn't work out, because your ass never paid attention and then he's sitting there like you just taking him up. See, you and your mama relationship fucked up now over that right there, just because of how you be acting, right? And like, oh shit, goddamn, you cheat. The reason why you ain't connected with your son is because your daddy never connected with your mangy ass. Like, oh my God, this nigga. Oh, you cut me deep. That's when the shit started cutting. Cause I'll be honest with you. I don't think I've said many things to my wife when that was like bullshit that actually hurt her. I don't think that be the shit that hurt her. She be hurt by my behavior, not by the words. She be hurt by the behavior. She like, damn, why are you crashing out on me like this for me just trying to talk to you about X, Y, and Z? That's what it be. It don't be me raising my voice or me saying, you know what I mean? Me saying like that's stupid as fuck or like that ain't the stuff that bothers her. That's not it. It's the behavior that she doesn't like. But for men, it don't be the behavior, it be the literal words. Like niggas be really hurt by the truth. We just don't like to be exposed. Like that's foreign to us. Damn, I gotta deal with that now. Damn, you saw that? Shan, you saw that in me this whole time? You knew? Oh, damn, I thought I was hiding that. Okay, then that's when they get mad. How dare you see me for who I am? Go ahead, Bert.
So you guys are going to freak out on how I have touched the men's spirit and have caused them to melt down. So I was reading some articles because I'm just reading articles and like literally talking about numbers of men who have fallen out of the workforce or not looking for a job. And I'm reading these articles and they come to my page letting me know how traumatized I am, how bitter I am. Like I'm bitter simply like I'm single. Like they're mad at me personally. They get mad at me because I'm reading articles about men falling out of the workforce. And I'm like, if you guys are going to be so mad at me, I'm reading the article. Have you attempted to email the people that wrote the articles? Like, why are you so mad at me? And so the phenomenon is called NEETs, not in employment, education, or training. They are called NEETs. They have fallen out of the workforce, and for the most part, they have to be supported by something, someone, or something. And so they are literally mad at women for succeeding. It's all feminism's fault and everything. And so there's a video from CNBC where they're literally, and there were men in the comments saying that they were not going to go to work because getting a wife and kids and a whole family isn't guaranteed.
It ain't gonna happen. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So literally, because they don't get a wife and kids at the end of the rainbow, they think that they don't have to go to work. So in my comment, when they come to my comments, we're asking them questions like, do you not feel the need to eat? like how are you guys doing this? And so when I say things like, okay, you don't want to go to work, I'm just going to tell women to avoid y'all like the plague. You know, you can do what you want to, but if you expire because you don't have no money to eat, then that's on you. And they get so mad at me. And so since I have found their pressure points, I figured out that they get really mad about me talking about meathood. I started just making videos with their comments because they're so mad at me. Don't come over to my page. It's supposed to be, men are supposed to be facts over feelings, bro. Facts over feelings. Like, how you mad at some data? Like, if you don't, like, there were like 7 million men in the United States of prime age, 25 to 54, who are not working and not looking to work. Why are you mad at me for saying this? Like, I didn't do it. And so, like, I have decided to make at least one more video touching their pressure points because they get mad at me. And now I'm even leaning into it because apparently I'm an extreme feminist and traumatized and uppity. So I started making content like with my extreme feminism smoothies, that like I'm drinking my coffee to make sure that I go Super Saiyan misandrous. I'm like leaning into it. They're not gonna play with me.
I think that's a great idea.
Super mad.
I saw that I saw 2 of your videos you did on that, but I read that article, like I read that stuff before. That I'm
leaning into it. I have found out that I make them mad, so I'm going to lean into them and make them extra mad.
I like that.
So that's I'm not playing with
these. And the reason why I know some people are gonna be like, you're being petty. I think it's actually petty. But you are being, but I think it's actually needed. You know what I'm saying? I think they need to be uncomfortable. They need, you know what I mean? Like they need to like confront that shit head on. You know what I'm saying? So I like it because I know it, and I just want so I wrote this down so I wouldn't forget. They would rather unalive simply because they don't have the opportunity to oppress women. That's how strong the desire and the drive is to oppress women for men. If we don't have access to oppressing women, then we would rather unalive on the street, not working, not being productive citizens. And
but it's bigger than that. It's bigger than that. The birth rate. I do birth rate content, and I make content because I'm watching things globally, and the birth rate is tumbling to hell. And most of these birth rate, they're coming out of these patriarchal countries, and so these men on a wide scale, like everybody is like, listen to women. Women are not having babies because childcare is too expensive. Men aren't participating in the home. It's dangerous. Childcare. Like, women are saying all of the exact reasons why they don't want to have kids. But what do the governments do? Oh, let's give them a puppy, and then maybe they'll have a kid. Oh, let's set up speed dating. Oh, let's set up an app. It's like
that's why we have to address these issues holistically and not compartmentalize them, right? Because that's capitalism, right? And the men walking off the job and not, and disengage and disconnecting themselves from participating within society or helping the capitalists make money or whatever the case may be, they're sending a signal to the capitalists, like, you're going to lose us if you don't give us what we want. This is like the first step of it, and then it's going to go up and up and up. From there, it's going to escalate. It ain't going to go down. It's going to escalate. You know what I mean? But this is the first step, and it's a protest. It's like how people say like quiet quitting. This is like they're silently walking away, in hopes that the capitalists will correct their mistake and send women back into the kitchen and send women back, you know what I mean, and give men access to women again somehow, some way through oppressing women. So that's why it's important for us to talk about it, talk about all the systems that are working and how they're working together. And that way we can kind of like show, you know, so we can show the men too and the women, like, yeah, that's the reason why, Like, that's the reason why, you know, really it's the capitalism that's fucking you up right now. You know, like it ain't even just it's not even just the misogyny or whatever the case may be. Like that's a big part of it, but it's also like we just don't have opportunities, and they're as people. I'm saying men and women lack opportunities in the workforce, and but men have been conditioned to think that those opportunities, like we deserve these opportunities, or all of these things are going to be given to us, and then when we get there and they're not, we start looking around like, who can we blame? And then the first people we blame are the women, right? We punch down. That's what we're taught to do. Punch down, boom. The women are to blame. Gay people are to blame. Trans people are to blame. Whatever. Black people are to blame. Immigrants are to blame. Whatever it is, right? We start punching down. But the whole time it was a capitalist, and they don't give a fuck. They never cared. They don't give a fuck about you. That's what I'm saying. Like that should be the connection that we all. That's where we all intersect. Is we're all getting fucked by the capitalists. Man and woman, gay and straight, don't matter. We all getting fucked by the capitalists. That's where I think we could kind of like try to find like that common ground and be like, yo, y'all ready to come over here and fuck with us? Cause you know what I'm saying? Like you want to keep fucking getting locked out of these jobs and these opportunities or whatever the case may be. Cause you don't need them all. You just need a good amount of them to come over here and, you know, help us so we could change this shit.
Can I say something? That was a great lesson on why you should never let a man talk you into having a baby.
For real. For real. Send that to Cynthia G. No, I'm saying she'll use it. She'll clip it up.
Can I say something? Because I feel like, because Barbie said that they feel like, oh, you're bitter, you're traumatized, so this is why you speak out. Like everybody that speaks out against things that are wrong has not been necessarily harmed in that way, right? Like I've never been I've never had a man even yell at me. Like my brother was the only reason why he yelled at me is because I was driving his car and I ran it up on the curb a little bit and it scratched the side of his car, right? That's the only time I ever had a man yell at me. I have like a lot of stuff that a ton of women have.
You deserved it.
I deserved it. I did. And when I tell you he went off, I was like, sir, if you don't relax. But he went off. But but here's another thing too. Y'all, I don't do it now, but I spent a lot of years working in the system. Like when y'all be talking about child support and all that kind of stuff, like I could come up here and talk about it, but I'd be like, I ain't even about to argue with these people. But I've seen so much, y'all. Like I personally haven't gone through a lot of that stuff, but when I see it, oh, guess what? I have empathy. Like that stuff bothers me to no end. And so a lot of times when I'm speaking out, they be like, oh, you must be bitter. You must be traumatized. You must be ain't never had no man. No, that's not the case. You know, so sometimes people can recognize what's wrong. People recognize what's right. And guys, if y'all see, if something is not right, it's not right. Speak out against it. Like, that's just the bottom line. I don't like to see women hurt. I don't like to see children hurt. And that's the bottom line.
I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm bitter as fuck. Like, I don't care what nobody say.
Yeah, I used to try to fight against that narrative too, Six Figure, because to me, the dangerous part in that narrative is because it's all manipulation. Like you always got to trace back, like what's the incentive behind pushing this narrative? Who wins in this? And to me, the incentive was to make other women believe that like this is just something that happened to these specific women, and that's why they're so bitter and upset. But that's not going to happen to you, so don't be bitter like them. And so I used to push back against the narrative too for that reason. But then I realized, like, at the end of the day, they're going to keep saying that. They're going to keep pushing that because they have an incentive to try to make other women not listen to women like us. They have an incentive to demonize us as, like, you know, the bitter, angry feminists who just got a bad hand and they just keep picking the wrong men. So, you know, don't listen to them because, you know, that's not going to happen to you. You're an exception, so you don't have to worry about that. Like, they have an incentive to do that, and they're going to keep doing it. And it's a waste of time, honestly, to try to fight back against that narrative. Like,
I'm gonna keep pushing the message at the end of the day for whoever is ready to receive it, not constantly defend myself against whatever labels these men choose to put on me. Like, they're gonna do it anyway. It doesn't matter.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I got all the smoke. Like, listen, y'all don't play with me, okay? Because I'll be giving y'all all the smoke, okay? So yeah, it ain't. I'm not about to shrink back based upon a lot of things that I see every single day happening, especially to people that I know and that I love. Like, y'all got me bent. If y'all think I'm gonna be quiet, because I'm not. And I'm gonna keep saying y'all trash. Oh, she bashing black men. Yes, I am. And I'm gonna keep doing it until y'all get y'all shit together. That's it. Like, what are we talking about? Like, I'm not gonna feel bad about the obvious, like the elephant in the room. Why would I feel bad about bashing y'all? Because y'all are not setting no type of example. That's why. So we gonna keep bashing until y'all get it. That's it. Bottom line.
I just want to say something.
So
Go ahead, Bert. You good?
Oh, I was gonna say something because of what Shan was saying. It's hilarious that they come to my page and they say stuff like, "You just a single mom. You just bitter because no man wants you." And I don't defend myself against that. I don't even push back and say, you know what? I'm a mom. I'm married. I've been married. It'll be 11 years in December. I don't say anything because I don't want to separate myself from the other women.
Yeah.
I'm not going to separate myself from the single mothers because I'm not better than them simply because the man walked away for whatever reason. I had people jump into my comments to say she's married with kids. But I'm not going to defend myself because I don't want to be like, I'm different. I don't like it when women do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that whole, they lightweight are trying to triangulate their better decision making than other women.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't defend, I don't deny. I just, okay, cool. Yes,
Yep.
I am bitter and traumatized.
Mm-hmm.
You got me. Now, have you tried emailing the people that made the article? Do you have anything for the subject matter at hand? I know you're mad that men have fallen out of the workforce. Do you have anything for the topic?
No, they never do.
Also, when everybody's so bitter and traumatized, then wouldn't what we are saying be true?
At some point.
Like, if we're all so traumatized and we're all so bitter, who traumatized us?
At some point, you would think. No. Nope. Because then what they want to hit you with, Shan, is you need to heal up from that, because that's what the motherfuckers was saying when I was asking. I'm like, wait, hold on. Hold on.
To tell you the truth, I've been more traumatized and made more bitter by listening to men on TikTok than I ever have in relationships. In any relationship I've been in, I've been more traumatized from the shit I hear and the way these men on this app treat women.
Mm-hmm.
I've been way more traumatized by that than any actual relationship I've been in.
Damn, they're gonna tell you that's why you need to get off of TikTok.
And they might be right, because goddamn.
No, they ain't right. They not right. They wrong. What the fuck? We know that's what these motherfuckers really are. That's what I'm saying.
I know. That's what they want. Like, that's what they want to happen. They don't want any opposition. They want to let their narrative be the loudest and the only one. And they are willing to do literally anything to make that happen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hold on. I like this one. Onyx said, I told my therapist today that TikTok has sped up my radicalization. Yeah, you definitely get radicalized online. You get a crash course in it. I see you in the queue, the elephant in the room. They paid to drop you. You got to pay to come back up. Fair is fair. You got to pay $100 to come back up. But you can come back up. You got to pay. Cash App is up here, or you can come back tomorrow and say whatever you need to say. But we got rules here. We got to follow.
Damn. I wish she could come back up.
She good. She got to pay $100 to come up.
Oh, well, I did want to say one thing, because we kind of kept getting away from it. But I think it's a difference in like what you say to people in hindsight and what you say to people as a warning and as a beforehand. Like, I hate when people, there's nothing to tell people about, oh, you shouldn't have done this, you shouldn't have done that, you should have made sure you got married first, you shouldn't have had a baby for a man, blah, 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 when the kids are already here. Like, they here. We gotta deal with the babies that's already here the best way we can.
Mm-hmm.
But for for women who have not done that, for women who have not made those choices, for women who have not, fallen into that yet, I think it's nothing wrong for other women, not men. We don't need your advice. But I don't think it's anything wrong for other women to say to women that, and I love when women who have, like, quote unquote done it the right way say that, right? Like, they were married and they were in love and all that, and they give that advice too, that at the end of the day, there's no guarantees in this thing. And so if you're going to have a baby, you need to make sure you want it. You need to make sure you want to have that baby, and you can provide, you can, mentally handle it. You have some kind of support system. Like, if you have not done that, if you've not had a baby already, if the baby's here, not talking to you, because you can't go back in time. But beforehand, if you have not done it, don't let a man tell you he wants a baby. I tell him to go get one. Go make one. If you want a baby, go somewhere and make one. If I don't want it, I'm not having it. I don't care if you're my husband of 10 years. If I don't want to have a baby, I'm not pushing one out.
Yeah, that's for real. Having kids, man, it's a dangerous thing. It's a dangerous thing for women. Chris, they sent you an invite. I'm gonna send you another one. If not, we're gonna mute you for the live. It's all good. If you could tap, you could yap. You know the rules. You be in here enough. Come on up. I can't find the mods. If you want to mute Chris, you can. That's fine with me. I don't have any problems with that. If you haven't already, you can get unmuted though. Oh, you already muted him? Okay, cool. I didn't know. That's why I couldn't find him. Okay, because I was like, I just saw they comment. Hey, Six Figure, I appreciate you coming up. I got some people in this queue. We gonna rotate.
Okay, I'll drop down.
Okay, Bert.
No problem.
Yeah, man. Y'all go check out Bird. Them videos she got, man, and she talking about them shits is funny. They are very insightful. Let me put it like that. You never read them article? Go read that article. Oh man, yeah. Oh, hey, Bird. Nia said, "Love you, Bird. This is why I rock with you. The othering of women only helps the men's." That's for real.
I'm gonna drop down too. I don't want to scare the ops away.
Nah, you know they come. You already know you already know what I say. The hoes love Shan. We know that.
Come on up. No, don't come up because of me, but come on up.
They can't get enough. They can't get enough.
They see a bunch of women and they be like, "Oh, I guess it's all women panel." You know how they do it.
But I thought they like to argue with the women. That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
No, they be acting scared.
Interesting. I didn't know that. I thought that's what people told me, like, bring some women up. They'll come around and argue with them. I was like, all right. They're a little scary though.
Oh, well, yeah, maybe.
They're a little nervous today. I don't know what I did.
Especially with this topic, you would think like this is something they talk about all day, every day. Like
The
this
problem.
is such a huge problem. This is, this is bringing the world down. Where y'all at? Why y'all don't want to talk about it?
That's what I be wanting to know.
Tell us why this is such a huge issue.
I be giving them the space and the opportunity, but they talking about they on some hold me back. They, when niggas don't really want to fight. Hold me back. Hold me back.
It's because it's not a problem and they know it. Like this whole women hating men is the end of the world. That is another talking point. You know that this has not affected your life in any way whatsoever. It's just something you say on TikTok because now you have a chance to tell us how has this, hurt you? How has this affected your material world in any way? Silence.
Every single time. Every single time. I be wanting to know to get to the bottom of it, but we never gonna get there. Tawana said, we all make bad choices. No one is bitter. No one is better than anyone. We are here on earth to learn. The facts are we must learn from our mistakes as to not repeat them. That is the betterment of oneself and the whole planet. Facts. Yeah, man. Yeah, crazy. What up, Sam?
What's up? Yo,
Chilling.
why you should care about women hating men? Because 80% of I'm playing. When you put that shit, when you was like, women just be, you and shit was like, women just be being truthful, and that right there is enough to hurt men. I was like, damn, he be reading me and my baby daddy text messages. No,
I don't. I'll be reading me and my wife text messages. I I don't need nobody to tell me shit about that. I can tell. That's why I be laughing when people be like, "You be projecting." I'm like, I'm not. I just be listening to what everybody else be saying, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that be going on in my house too. So I put it together and was like, so you mean to tell me? I would say that 80% of the shit me and my wife have gone through and go through is applicable to all of y'all have gone through that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like at some point in time, like we've all gone through that shit. I guarantee you 80, maybe 90%. I don't feel like anything that we've gone through is like unique. The only thing that I think me and my wife go through that is not unique to us, but that is not as common is my son having autism. That's it, which is a huge thing, but like that's it though. Like everything else, like every other discussion I've had with her, when I talk to like my women friends and we have that discussion, I'll be talking about stuff that they be like, oh yeah, me and my baby daddy did that. Me and my husband said that. Yep. Some dude I talked to 2 years ago. Yep. My first boyfriend did, like every single fucking time. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm just a run-of-the-mill nigga. Thanks. Basic nigga shit.
That autism shit ain't no joke for the kids. So I'm right there with you. My daughter, she be wildin'. But yeah, but when you hit the dude with yesterday with the I can tell you ain't married, that's exactly what you was talking about.
When what happened?
When you hit the dude, listen, yesterday you told dude that's how we know you ain't married.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, my fault.
That was the day before. I know you're talking about, yeah.
When they be like, this what them other girls be talking about, ladies, with the that's why your mother ain't hug you enough. You can tell. That shit gonna hurt like a motherfucker. But all of that other shit, I'm telling you, it's crazy because they be saying the words hurt. I ain't gonna hold you. The verbal, mental, and emotional abuse, that shit is wild. And I ain't gonna lie, next time he do that, I'm gonna hit him with this aluminum bag. But y'all heard it from me first because y'all gonna be complicit. Fuck that. But yeah, they keep saying we radical feminists. I get called radical feminists all the time, and the shit blows minds because who you think radicalized me?
I don't think y'all radical though, and I didn't no disrespect to y'all. I don't view any of you guys as.
Say that. I'm like, it's funny that I get called radical because radical weird.
I haven't met one radical feminist, and personally, not to my knowledge. They might be in real life someone. I haven't met one woman that I would consider, or man that I would consider to be a radical feminist. Not one.
No, I had said this to you in your Discord before. And I was like, because when you think about in history or even currently, you think about radical anything, right? Even like the radical Buddhists, these are the ones that's lighting themselves on fire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or they doing wild, violent shit. And so when they be calling me a radical feminist, I'm like, where am I violent? But I'm ready any minute. It's coming.
Somebody said not having babies is radical. Is that radical?
Let me stop and putting myself in a. But yeah.
Is that radical?
I guess there's a way. I mean, it could be if you. I don't know.
That's a tough one.
It's hard to call that radical, especially when it's something that actually like kind of benefits you low key. Like not having babies as a woman benefits you. Well, I guess that doesn't mean it's not radical. I don't know. That's a good question.
I think it's because it's considered for me to be radical means almost like a threat or violent, and not having babies is the threat of like not populating the world. And I guess that
ain't got nothing to do with you. That ain't got nothing to do with you.
I think for it to be radical, a lot of women would have to take that stance. Like it has to be a collective thing. Because that's the only way it will really make an impact. You know what I mean? But like me individually saying I'm not gonna have kids is like
I don't think that's extreme. That's what I'm saying. Like that's kind of there's a lot of people, men and women, who don't want to have kids. So are we all radical? Like no, it ain't radical because you don't want to have a baby. That's not radical. That's whatever. That's whatever. Right? It is what it is.
When I said it in the Discord, your response to it was like because men think that women having the right to choose or whatever is considered a threat or violence to them. But that was not long ago. I ain't gonna that shit was like 3 months ago.
Yeah, no. But that doesn't. The men may view it as radical. Don't get me wrong. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm not denying that. I'm saying no. Is it actually radical? Because where is the risk for you? Where is the risk at? Usually, when you do something that's radical, there is some risk involved for you, right? For the person that's doing it. Where's the risk? If you don't ever have kids, where is the risk? Not violence. I'm not saying it's violent. I'm saying, but where is the risk? Where is the adverse? Where is the potential for like an adverse effect? That's what I'm trying to find out. You have
But
family.
see, even with that, like, is the risk part, like, is that on a spectrum? Because I mean, in that case, then yeah, doing this can be radical because you are taking a risk. Like, there are things that could happen to you that could be adverse.
Like what?
Like losing your job. If
From not having kids?
No, not the not having kids.
Oh.
I'm saying is it radical because you took a risk? Like, is that the only factor to make something radical? Because a lot of things can be risky, but that doesn't mean it's radical.
I think having kids is radical. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think having children is a radical feat. I think that shit is crazy. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying, like, I think that that's the radical thing. Not having kids is not radical. Not having kids is like the safest approach. Like, what are we talking about? You're not having kids. There's nothing. Where's the negative impact of that? As long as the only negative impact is if you allow it to affect you later on, like you regret it later on, which is a choice. You choose to regret. You know what I mean? Like, you could easily be like, yeah, like, yeah, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z, you know, later on. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess that's a very subjective
I needed to come back
what's
up.
radical and what's not.
Club, I just wanted to come back up and say thanks for letting me come up and speak to the peeps on your platform. I don't go live very often, but whenever I do come up on your platform, you have some good conversation going on, and we have a cool crossover. So maybe one day, maybe we can just go live over on YouTube together and see what kind of shenanigans we can get into. So that might be fun.
I like that idea, Bird.
You know, let's see what we can do in prime time, and you know, see what we can do to the internet over there on YouTube. So let me know. You got access to my my TikTok inbox or whatnot. That'll be cool.
Yep, let's set that up. I'll get on that.
All right, cool. I just forgot my manners. I gotta say thanks to you for letting me come up, and make sure to say thanks for all the people in the chat and me and Shenanigans. Girl, I feel like you kind of like my play cousin, because whenever you be talking, I be nodding my head like, yup. I feel the same way. So hey cousin.
Well, we all cousins because they be. Well, no, we all cousins because the men's be telling us that 80% of the babies is born from 20% of men.
Yeah, we are literally all cousins.
We are all cousins. All right,
now 20% of the men in the community.
All right, Bird. Hey,
yes.
Hey, that's one of the wildest. That's one of the wildest stats I've ever heard in my life. Hey, that's one of the wildest stats. Yesterday, I heard another wild stat. That in rural parts of America, men outnumber women 7-1. I said, nigga, what?
What? The urban cities is 12-1. You said 7-1.
Where is that, man? Why is that? Why? What?
A whole lot of sausage running around one town.
But why would that, like, scientifically, how would that be the case? What is rural America? Do rural people have more boys than girls? Like, what do you mean? Like, it's the same odds of having a girl in the city or a boy in the city. It doesn't matter. It's the same odds. So why is it 7-1 in the city, but not 7-1 in the? I mean, why is it 7-1 in the sticks, but not 7-1 in the city? Like, what? They said, migrant workers. Okay. That's an interesting take. Okay.
They be saying some stupid shit up here, them dudes. So when they be trying to say you be making money off of us, it be more like, yo, he be making money off of your stupidity because we be feeding to get y'all dropped. I gotta go. Thanks for having me.
All right, Sam.
Hey, everybody in the panel in the comments. Hey, one more thing, ladies in the comments, call that nigga a bitch today.
On the way out. What up, Kay?
What's up, public?
What up, BPG? We good.
I am so concerned about that panel you had up here yesterday. Which makes this prompt even funnier because the way in which they spoke about women yesterday and just the cognitive dissonance it's like y'all are doing more harm than good. Like this idea, I think somebody said it this morning, it was in Liz's live, that Black people aren't oppressed, women aren't oppressed, like pretty much you're choosing victimhood, like there's no such thing, like in America, there's no such thing. And I'm just like, but the antithesis of that would be men in these lives talking about feminism is ruining America, or ruining women from having children and blah blah blah. So there has to be, it doesn't make sense to me that y'all can say that we aren't oppressed, but then you over there feeling oppressed because women don't want to deal with you. If you over there feeling oppressed, like literally you're feeling oppressed, you're lashing out because women are either going for B, deciding they don't want to have kids anymore, deciding they don't want to date, just all together. And now the men are speaking out saying that they feel the oppression.
Mm-hmm.
So how can those two things be true at the same time? Like, we can't both be oppressed.
Yeah.
But
simultaneously.
It just boggles my mind. And I'm surprised they didn't come back through today with this being the topic. I'm pretty sure based on the rhetoric they were spewing yesterday, they would have had a lot of examples of how women hating men is problematic, or exists.
To be fair to the men's, I gotta be fair. It's not them, it's TikTok.
What you mean? You ain't on the FYP?
Yeah, it's not them. They don't see it. You know what I'm saying? I could see. I could track. Like I track the numbers. And I could tell when like TikTok is like, this is the one, and they just randomly just like do it. So yeah, it's funny. But yeah, it's not. Yeah, trust me. If they saw it, like if they saw, they would be in here. If it popped up, they would see it. They'd be like, yeah, let me get in there. But I could tell when it's. I could tell by the numbers. Yeah, it's hilarious. I see at the end like how many people are like return watchers and all that. I see exactly what it is. It's they don't show it to nobody. That's what it is. That's why I be like send it to the people. You know what I mean? We gotta do the work and send it to these motherfuckers to get them in.
We gotta be mutuals with them, right? Because I don't like that.
Yeah, that's the fucked up part. That's the fucked up part.
All of us got the ops blocked.
Yeah.
Right. Nobody, I'm not,
Hey, Kay, Deja said, ask Kay to say, I know you fucking lying.
She said that in Franklin. She said, I just want you to say it one time.
Just one time.
I know you fucking lying.
She got a good little ring to it.
But no, for real, I was very concerned about the people on the live yesterday. The men's are not okay. And a smortion was overturned. The 6-week smortion ban was overturned in Georgia today. I saw that, man.
So, yeah. Shout out to Georgia, man. Y'all not all the way in the motherfucking goddamn medieval times.
I was surprised for it to be Georgia. I ain't gonna hold you.
I said Georgia. Okay, now Georgia back on the list. I might be able to move down there again. Okay, I took them off the list. I was like, I can't go there. Nope, no Georgia. Yeah, Arizona too. They got that weird shit. No Arizona. You can't. That's touching my state. I'm about to go to Arizona this summer. We're gonna go visit Grand Canyon and shit, and some lakes, some rivers. Deja said, Shan, say I love that for you.
I love that for you.
Oh my God, man. All right, go ahead, BBG. Why you don't want me to go to Arizona? Oh, you don't want me. Tawana said, don't do it. You don't want me to move to Georgia? Don't worry, I'm not. I just said it's on the list though. It was on the list. Atlanta was on it. Look, it's like Florida. It's like Atlanta was on the list. Georgia was never on the list, but Atlanta was on the list. I was like, I could live in Atlanta. I could live in somewhere around Atlanta. I could live in Atlanta. I could live in the city. It was on the list. But in Miami, in Florida, I was like, I could live in Miami, but I could never live in Florida. That's the problem. See, that's when we get y'all not fool. Y'all can make room for one more. Don't do that. I'm like Jello in this motherfucker. I'm like dessert, nigga. No Diddy. I'm just going with that. How that meme go? It's too. Y'all saying it's too many people in Atlanta. I live in LA. What are you talking about? What are y'all saying? I live in LA. You can't tell me it's too many people. Nah, it ain't overrated. Not for what I'm looking for.
Building complexes there. Even when I was leaving, they were still building places. Where I lived was a new build.
Yeah.
Nah.
I'm just saying, y'all don't know. Us Cali folk, y'all don't know what it feels like to not live around black people. You don't y'all don't know, man. Y'all in the South, y'all, hey man, that shit different. That shit different. When you go to Houston and you see, and you go to, you know what I'm saying? It's like a poor side of Houston and a rich side of Houston. And it's this and mid, and but it all be black people. It's like a wealthier, you know, affluent black people here and poor black people there. In LA, all the black people is poor. Like when you go to the black neighborhoods, all the black people is poor. There ain't no if what you name the black neighborhood in LA in California, SoCal specifically, but even in Northern California, name the black neighborhood, it is poor. Guarantee you, it is poor. There are there's a drop of random, and they're not really even cities the way that you would describe a city. You know, couple 2,000-3,000 people, you know, 10 maybe. I mean, for LA area, 10,000 people ain't shit. But like, it's like one. It's Baldwin Hills. You know what I'm saying? That's all we got. Baldwin Hills. And Baldwin Hills is a far cry from Beverly Hills. That's all I'm saying. So I've always wanted to live around middle-class black people. I always thought that would be like a relief. Like, damn, all right. So it just would alleviate a lot of stress. You know, I don't think I'm ever going to get a chance to do that, though. Ladera Heights. Yeah, Ladera Heights. There you go. That's how that shit is. Hell no. What?
I mean, you live over there.
It ain't no black people where I live. Look. This how weird. I gotta tell you something. All right, this how weird where I live at is. I live 5 minutes away from where I grew up, right? Where I grew up is right over the bridge. There's a bridge, boom, right over there. I can get to my house, and I get to my old apartment in 5 minutes from leaving my doorstep and driving out. 5 minutes, right? Right over there. But where my mom and shit, that shit is like, probably now it's probably like 60% black, or maybe it might even flip, but it's basically like poor black Latino, right? And there's like couple little like Asian, you know, some Filipino blocks, not whole neighborhoods, but like little Filipino blocks here and there, some Samoans mixed in there. But that's it. But pretty much a bunch of poor POCs, right? Cool. Cross over the bridge. Now I'm in middle class. You know what I'm saying? I'm in Bixby Knolls. Bixby Knolls is affluent as fuck. Not gonna hold you. The house I live in is $900,000. You know what I'm saying? Like it's affluent as shit. It is what it is. Like it ain't no black people over here. It's like two black, you know what I mean? Like on my block, I got one old black couple that live at the end in my street. And then there's like a black family that live right around the corner. Everybody else it's diverse. I will say it's diverse, but it's not diverse with a bunch of black people. It's Mexican, Asian, white. It's diverse in that way. And then you go deeper into Bixby Knolls, it's all white, pretty much. It's all white people. But I live like on the outskirts.
Destiny says she lived with the whites too. I ain't gonna hold you, Destiny. When I moved back to Florida, I knew that this county is predominantly like YT, and I grew up going to the school system. My baby, she's the only black girl at her school.
Yeah, I don't like that.
There's one black boy, but he got a YT mama. I think he's adopted, but they're in the same class. But my baby don't even know, like she don't even really, it's crazy because the daycare she was in Georgia was all black kids. Like it might have been one little Hispanic girl in there, but she don't know the difference. I said, is there any more brown kids at your school? She said, no. And then the little boy came and she's like, okay, it's one. But then she said, but it's pink people.
She know her colors.
But that's the thing. That's all that's available in this area. Like the school that I wanted to put her in, the school that replaced my elementary school, they
were all full. Like I couldn't even get her into that school. They were full. So
Yeah, my mom sent me to an all-white elementary school, 3rd grade to 5th grade, and it was fine. It was fine because I lived in a neighborhood that was 99.9% black. So when I went home, I was around all black people, and then when I went, you know what I'm saying, when I went to school, I was around all white people. So it was different, but it was like it wasn't like, you know, like living in a predominantly white neighborhood and then sending my child to a school that is all white. Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to do that, but it's like that those are your choices in LA if you don't want to live, you know, in, you know, poor neighborhoods. And when I'm saying like you want to live in neighborhoods with good, I'll say, let me put it better. If you want to live in the neighborhoods with good schools, that's a better way to put it. If you want to live in the neighborhoods with good schools, you got to live in all predominantly white neighborhoods in SoCal. That's just the reality. And it sucks. Like any city that has a large group of black people, you know what I'm saying? Like I lived in Moreno Valley. Moreno Valley is a lot of black people live in Moreno Valley. Like the city. Schools, shitty. Schools, terrible. Terrible. 1 out of 10, 3 out of 10, shit like that. Like every school, like no school in the district is over a 4 in the rating. You know what I'm saying? So they ain't even like, you can get to that one school. I can live in that neighborhood and get to that one school and I'll be straight. It ain't like that. It's not like that. Like it's like every single school shitty, right? That is frustrating to, you know, for me. That's frustrating. I don't like that. I would love for my kids, you know, because I got that experience. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I had to do it like night and day, but I got the experience of like living amongst a bunch of black people. But then I went to school and got my education at a white school or whatever, you were predominantly white school. You know what I'm saying? And that's fine.
Somebody asking what makes a white school better. It's not about the white school being better, but the numbers don't lie. The grades,
the money.
Because
it's the money. That's what make it better. The money. What the fuck? The money makes it better. Like, what are we talking about?
The people who own houses and pay taxes, they really push for their kids to have certain things. So a lot of shit happens. Like I told Phil, because we were complaining about a Chick-fil-A not being close to us. I told him, I said, give these white tea people time, baby. If they want a Chick-fil-A, we gonna have a Chick-fil-A. Okay, just give them a few months because this area is still building up. But yeah, resources makes a big difference.
Remember when Starbucks used to only be in good neighborhoods? So like, if you saw Starbucks, you knew like, I'm safe. Starbucks is everywhere now. It's 2 within every, you know, quarter mile or whatever it is. It's 2 Starbucks for every quarter mile. So you find they everywhere, right? On the side of town that I grew up on, there's still no Starbucks. That's how poor my side of town is that I grew up on. There's no Starbucks over there. We had 3 fast food restaurants on my side of town. KFC, Popeyes, and Taco Bell. Those are the only 3 fast food places on my side of town. My whole life. There were no jobs within like walking distance. There was no businesses, nothing like that. It was just all mom and pops. And, you know, there was no 2-story building. Every building is 1 story or whatever. It's crazy. Like I grew up in the poorest part. No Wendy's. Nope. A&PM. You go to the gas station. You know what I'm saying? That's name brand. But yeah, there ain't no. But now, even, you know, like the lower, whatever, like LA, it'd be a Starbucks in the poor neighborhood. It's Starbucks everywhere. It's a Starbucks everywhere. No McDonald's. Nope. McDonald's is down the street. Had to go along Long Beach Boulevard to hit McDonald's. No McDonald's. It was a Taco Bell. And within walking distance to me, it was only Popeyes and KFC. It was only Popeyes and KFC, which is weird. So we had 2 chicken establishments. That was it. Everything else was fast food. Mom and, you know, I think eventually they put like a Louisiana Chickens there, but it used to be this place called Burger Hut within walking distance. It was just a burger spot. It was good, you know, mom and pop's burgers, cool shit. Salty as fuck. Hella roaches. Think Holy Moly Donut Shop. Think Holy Moly Donut Shop. Yeah, like that. What did Pop say? Give me 2 twisters and hold the flies. That's how that shit was. Hey, Osa, BPG, is you there?
Yeah, I was in pickup line, so you know my signal was bad.
Oh, okay. Osa said, ask BPG to say everything can be found in the book. BPG line is, I was reading this book. I was reading this book. I was reading this book, and it said,
living in spaces with people in general. I've never, outside of like one of my schools for undergrad, I went to a PWI, but I've never ever gone to a school with any white people. Like at all. I've barely been around white people. I had one uncle who was supposed to be white, but it's complicated. He grew up in a black neighborhood. So
he was white Mike from Martin.
Did not have, you know.
He was white.
He literally was.
He was Bob from The Office.
He used to hang around, like he was a comedian, so he used to hang around. Even the white people he hung around wasn't like all the way white. Like he would hang around like John B. And it's like, is that really gonna give you any culture? You know what I mean? Like
you ain't gonna know nothing about white people hanging out with him. Nah. It's certain white people when you hang around them, you don't learn nothing about white culture because they don't fuck with white culture. That's how my wife is. I never learned about white culture from being with her because she not into white culture. So
my favorite kind of white people. I was very shocked when he married a white woman. All of his girlfriends were black. All of them. He didn't. I mean, it wasn't no variety at all whatsoever. But I think that was probably, he came from an Italian family. That was probably a family. But yeah, I don't see how y'all even do that. And I will say the only thing I disagree with that Kate said is about and I know she didn't mean it that way, but the push in the right to schools or in affluent neighborhoods is different. And I think that on the one hand, it can be because those parents probably have a bit more time, but most of the time it's not. It's literally costs. The money talks. Like y'all were on that part. The money talks all the time. Like even just trying to get, because I live in trying to get just the PTA, to be able to get the funding that we're supposed to get. It's like a pain in the butt. And the money is there, but they literally just don't even want to distribute it for us to create more programs or like it's a huge feedback. I don't think it's on purpose because if you take disenfranchised kids and you don't do anything to do after school, then of course they ain't gonna do nothing for the trouble because what's the other option?
And we could barely hear you, BPG.
But I guess yeah.
That's why
I said that because I know in this area in particular, there's a lot of this, like a lot of these kids, their parents own businesses or they work for like the major companies that are like well known. So they have a lot of resources. So even when it comes to even getting donations to the school, they can just call up a buddy that owns Zaxby's and be like, hey, donate $1,000 to my kid preschool. Like that kind of stuff. So it's really about accessibility here, and it's more so not what you know, it's who you know, which I hate that about it because it's not BLK friendly. It's not. But again, this is where I grew up. Those are the only schools that were available, and it just so happens that we were bused to those schools. And I wanted my daughter to get a quality education, and she has needs, not necessarily special needs, but certain programs she needs access to, and we just have the accessibility here.
Yeah. Is this Key? Hold on. Hold on, a little bit. Hold on, but let me address this person up here. Key, is it? KE730. Key? Are you there? Going once? Hold on. I'm gonna send you an invite to unmute.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're good. Yes, go ahead.
You said you were addressing me.
Yeah, I was trying to see what was going on. Did you want to speak on something?
I only come to beef with you.
Okay.
You and me got beef, Paul.
Why?
Why you don't check your emails? I'll be sending you stuff so that you can review it.
You send me emails?
Yeah, on the Public 100.
Public Offender 100?
Thing you have on your thing. And I've been sending you stuff to review it, and you never review it.
Okay. I'll check. I don't check that email all the time, but I'll check it, though. My fault. My bad.
Yeah, and I'm trying to get the hang of, I'm old, so I'm trying to get the hang of this, TikTok stuff.
Yeah. I don't know what you're sending me to review. What is it? Are these like reports
That's
or
all I
something?
have to say, and I'd like to linger in the back now. That's
Okay.
all I'd like to say. I'd like to linger in the back till you have some gargoyle come up here. All right?
Oh, okay. I don't think they coming, but yeah. All right, bet. We got it. Go ahead, BBG. My fault.
What was the last thing?
Don't talk about the money, the school, the people got money.
Hey, man.
The people's rich.
It's a perfect time. It's a perfect opportunity for us.
The school.
I think it's a perfect opportunity for us to start talking about the topic. I ain't even hold you. Because we all forgot our train of thought. I think it's a good time to go back to the topic, if that's okay.
I addressed the topic, but you can let me down because I got to make a call.
Okay. All right, Kai. You did address the topic, I remember.
I didn't address the topic when I first came up. I thought about it, but no, you shouldn't care about women hating men. You mentioned this before. We've talked about it before. Being invested in why it is women have a dislike, a disdain, a hatred, whatever for men just doesn't mean much, because what do you actually stop? Like, when you address it, when you deal with it, like, what does that actually hinder men from being able to do? Like, women don't control any systems. Even when women are just completely disgusted with men, like, the worst talking point that they bring up is the Cynthia G thing, where she's talking about, sending all the black male babies to the chop shop. But it's like, we all know that that's not even possible. Like, that's not a thing. By the time you get far enough to know that you got a black male baby, in most states, especially now, if you have access to get into a chop shop, you can't. By that time, that's like well into, for some women, if you don't have complications, that's well into like 24, sometimes 26 weeks. So it's a matter of like men trying to sort of make this a tit for tat thing. And it's just not. Some things aren't tit for tat. When you talk about race, it's never going to be tit for tat. When you talk about gender, it's never going to be tit for tat. When you talk about class, it's never going to be tit for tat. Like, there's a social hierarchy, and unless you're trying to get rid of that part, then, case around, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm. That's facts. There ain't nothing we can do about it, because the shit don't stop nothing. Goddess was good.
Hey, public, how y'all doing? Hi, panel.
Obviously, I'm hungry.
When the other lady came up here, look, you gotta eat though. You gotta eat, okay?
A little bit.
The other lady came up here and said she was sending you stuff to your email, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that made me think about the Reddit, about the lady who said she had surgery, some type of stomach surgery,
Mm-hmm.
and her husband ate all of her special dietary meals.
Yeah, I saw that.
That she had planned, like, from months.
Mm-hmm.
And then basically he was just like, he lied and said like the son had ate the food. Like, they was like low sodium, like, special dietary meals. And then he finally was like, oh yeah, I just decided to start taking your meals to work. And the lady was like, now she's so weak because she just had surgery that she don't even have like the power to go make all the food that she had meal prepped.
So he not gonna make her the food?
Her husband was trying to allow her. No, he told her he was not going to make her no more food.
What?
He told her. He said no. He said that, he ate all of her dietary meals that she had prepped before surgery because she had like some type of psoriasis and all this other stuff that she had to, eat for. And he emptied out the whole entire deep freezer and her whole entire pantry full of all of her specialty snacks and everything. He ate it all.
And
I don't know if you know about that one. Yeah, the one lady off of YouTube with the blonde hair, Taya.
She reviewed it. That's how I found out about the Reddit.
Mm-hmm.
And it was sad. It was honestly sad because he literally told her, he was like, no, I'm not going to replace the food. I'm not going to help you cook it.
Yep.
And basically, like, it's SOL.
Damn.
So I just wanted to think about that because when you talk about why should women, you know what I'm saying, why should you care about women hating men? It's unfortunate, but sometimes you have to do that out of survival for yourself. You have to, especially when you was programmed to like something or told something was healthy for you, and then you get to your age and you look around and like think about how detrimental all of those that you were taught are. You have to walk away. You have to. So that's what I want to contribute to the conversation.
Bad.
But I think what you said is kind of important though, because even the way you describe, like, quote unquote, hating men, it ended in you walking away from them. Like, and that's what I see. Like, even when, you know, men say that these women hate men, the worst that these women who hate men are doing is leaving them alone, staying away from them. Like, we're not seeing this reality of more and more women are starting to hate men, quote unquote, and, you know, men are being unalived for it, or men are being attacked in the streets because of it, or, you know, we're not seeing any of that. We're seeing, oh, women are having more and more disdain towards men, and they're deciding to just be done with them and leave them alone altogether. So it just still doesn't quite hit the same, because on the opposite end of the spectrum, we see that that's not how it happens. When men decide that they hate women, it's violence. It's dangerous for women. But women deciding that they hate men, it's not even really hate. It's more of a, I'm just over it. I don't want to be bothered with you anymore.
And what do they say? What's the opposite of love? It's not hate.
Indifference?
Indifference, right?
Or hate?
No, it's not hate. Yeah, the opposite of love is indifference, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Right, yeah.
right? So I think women have always hated men, right? Like, for the same reason that they hate men now. But women couldn't be indifferent. They couldn't be indifferent. You couldn't exercise that right because you have to have a certain amount of freedom to be like, yeah, I just don't care what you do anymore, and yeah, you guys should stay over there and I'll stay over here. So they didn't have that right. Now women have the right. They have the ability to some extent to be indifferent, and that's what men are starting to fucking flail and kick and scream about, right? Because women hating men we are still connected to women because they hate us, right? Like, so we're getting, you know, they're yelling at us and we get that attention. That's not what's going on. And I won't say that's not what's going on. I think that it's the women that are being like, yep, I'm checking out. Because those are the ones who get attacked by the men, right? Oh, so you abstinent? Oh, die alone with your cats. Oh, you don't want to have kids? Oh, so you ain't gonna never get a husband. Like, it's like, okay, fine. Oh, I see. You one of them. You a radical. Like, that's how they, you know what I mean? They're trying to get the rise out of the women who are like, I'm good. The women that argue with the men, they already know we got them. They arguing with us. Whatever, they pushing back, they doing whatever, we got them. It's the women that's like, I couldn't care less. Those are the ones that they be fucking, I gotta get her. We gotta get that woman, lock her up. I haven't had when the women, because the thing that pisses them off the most. Yeah, the women that piss them off the most be the women that come up and say, yeah, I haven't had sex in 7 years. I haven't dealt with a man. And don't let her be attractive. What? You been keeping that box locked up for 7 years? Oh my God. That shit, niggas be ready to unalive. They be ready to jump off the fucking bridge. I'm like, that's that lady, but you wasn't gonna get it anyway. Like, what the fuck? This shit is crazy. Y'all tripping. They said, let that motherfucker out. Go ahead.
You know what I've always found interesting is when men say, oh, well, both men and women do it. But I've never seen on record any form of crime record that says that women have gang raped a goat until it's, exited the simulation. I've never seen any cases where women gang rape anything. So how is it men and women, how can they wrap their minds around their mouth to even say men and women do the same thing? When you look at statistics, and rape is a 99.2% male crime, and they're still trying to turn around and say men and women do it the same, and I can't understand that. Help me understand, why is it so easy to resort to lying rather than saying, "All right, you got it," and just being like, whatever.
That's because they in a cult. It's easy to lie when you're in a cult, and and when you tell the lie, all the men's gonna applaud you like you gave a fucking shitty answer on Family Feud. Good answer. Good answer. All right, let's check the board. Pink socks. That's how that shit be. They be fucking stupid, giving up them stupid ass answers. But the men gonna coddle you, so you feel valid. You feel, yeah. I mean, you start looking around like, I guess I'm not all the way wrong because I got 1990. I got 100 men agreeing with me. Cool. Go ahead.
But the question is, why? See, I have a question, and I want you guys and the ladies to answer for me. You and the ladies answer me. Let's say, I know you don't believe in God, right? But why would God create the larger, faster, more aggressive species and make them more likely to delve into delusion, denial, deflection, and antisocial behaviors?
Say that one more time. Why would that lead them to have antisocial behaviors? Because they're bigger, stronger, and faster? I don't know. That's why I don't like. Yeah. I don't know.
They just don't need to. That's why I've always looked at it and I'm saying, well, does that make sense? It doesn't make sense. It does. There's no. I mean, not even to mention the way men are behaving nowadays. With they're having a whole deletions of what do they call it? Deletions of despair, right? And they have all these people who, I'm sorry, I just woke up. On my side of the world, they're doing stuff very, very early.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd have to wake up crack of dawn to come catch you.
You're good.
But they have had a 3,000-year, men have had a 3,000-year head start. And yet they are willing to resort to all of this to keep women out of schools, it's just baffling. It's just baffling. I don't understand it.
I think the real question is are they bigger, stronger, faster? That is always measured by like these very it's intentionally misleading, just like how people use statistics about being a single mom and all of that. Like, it's very misleading in a way that it's based on how you measure strength, how you measure agility, how you measure speed, all of these things. Because everybody can account for the fact that they know a woman that's faster, stronger, bigger than a man. Like, you know women who absolutely fit that bill. It's not across the board that, automatically all men are bigger, stronger, faster, and all women are smaller, more petite, blah, blah, blah. And that's the name of the game. The name of the game is to lead women to believe that, the strength that you possess is menial in comparison to what a man possesses. And I remember, I don't even want to say it because public literally just said this, but I remember I was reading about the cloud thesis and how clouds were made intentionally. They were designed for men to operate them much easier than women. So when it came to measuring like how well a woman could farm, when you measure how a man could plow in comparison to how a woman could plow, of course the man looks like he's stronger because of how it's designed. But men have a difference in their upper body strength, just like women have a difference in their lower body strength. A man, we've seen those little, cute videos where the dude got on
the cramp simulator or the contraction simulator, and they can barely make it to 2. Like if we were to put in our data that men aren't stronger because when I measure them up for a contraction simulator or for a cramp simulator, they can't withstand the test, then you would.
You done fell off into the vortex.
You just went out?
Yeah, you went off into the vortex. You got them red bars. To Nigel, let me read the super chat. To Nigel said, it's the first. The ops are busy doing odd jobs or pretending to be good people so they don't get put out because they don't have their half of the rent. She said them. Man, to Nigel be saying anything, man. That shit be funny as fuck.
I mean, it's true that women are supposed to be stronger and mentally and emotionally. That's a given fact. Even sociologist Scott Galloway has said that. However, men are allegedly only reason why they're seen as stronger and faster. Yes, because the male mammal in most species is bigger. You know, they're bigger, they're larger, they have more fast twitch muscle fibers. You know, they have more grip strength and all of that.
No, did he?
But one has to wonder how evolution has set up one group with all the quote unquote, let's just humor me, guys, physical advantages, right? But also the fetus, the male fetus itself, in comparison to the female fetus, the male fetus is twice as likely to have disorders. Did you know that? They're twice as likely to have birth defects and things of that sort. So I wonder how evolution gave them all the advantages of strength, height, denser bones, larger lungs, bigger hearts, and they still feel compelled to smash down on the quote unquote weaker vessel. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. They were socialized to do that.
It doesn't make sense.
Tawana said, we are all born women first. They are masculine side of the woman, the darkness and personification. It is man's job to come into his feminine side and for women to embrace the balance of her yin yang. Yeah. Hey, I'm about to rotate y'all. I appreciate y'all coming up. I got a few people. What'd you say? Onyx, you didn't get to go.
I was about to say, Tawana be sending them paragraphs on Cash App?
Nah, this is super chats.
Oh, hey, Pup, no worries, I'll drop down.
What do you mean? You ain't even got to talk.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm headed out to do something else.
Oh, okay.
I'll drop down.
Okay. Hey, Sean. Shadon. Hey, Shadon. Shadon, you there? No? Okay.
I cut off the steak.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Yeah, I don't know though, man. Why y'all mute Mello for the live, man? Mello, come up, man. Why y'all mute Mello for the live, man? Jump in the box, Mello. What you say, man? I didn't even read it. I just seen muted Mello. I was like, he must have said something. What that man say, man? What'd he say?
Come up here and say it, Mello.
Yeah.
I was about to ask, what percentage, if y'all could just guess, because I know there's nothing to track this, what percentage of women do y'all think actually actively hate men?
Percentage of women that actively hate men, 5%.
His bell pepper shaped even less than that. I feel like it's almost none. Sorry, go ahead, Kay.
His bell pepper shaped ass, apple shaped ass, pear shaped ass, gonna get in the comments talking about that ain't strength, that's tolerance.
when BPG was talking about the simulator, talking down on pregnancy again. Don't know nothing about it. Don't have no vagina, don't have no uterus, don't have nothing.
Tolerance, what?
Shaped like a bell pepper.
He trying to say pain. He trying to say pain and strength aren't pain tolerance and strength aren't correlated. That's what he was saying the last time I remember. So
I would think you would have to be pretty strong to tolerate that level of pain and not still go about your day. Like that's the whole point of the period cramp simulator is we are in that kind of pain and we don't get to just stop living. We still gotta work, we still gotta clean, we still gotta take care of kids. Like I think that's the whole point.
Harriet Tubman should have left his ancestors.
That level of pain doesn't take you out the game.
Yeah, I think the disconnect is he thinks that because he thinks that, to BPG's point, he's measuring strength through these like conventional ways of measuring strength. So he's like, if you're not strong in these ways, then you're not strong. You know what I'm saying? And then to other people's points, they're like, if you can tolerate a lot of pain, you have to be strong, which makes a lot of sense to me. See what I'm saying? Like, so that's the thing. He's just thinking about it through one way. Like, nah, that's not the way.
Maybe the way them contractions was eating me up with an epidural, I thought I was gonna go to the upper room.
Troublesome.
You can't never fix your lips to tell me that don't take a certain level of strength.
Trouble said muscles make you strong.
Muscles.
I mean, what if I have strong ligaments? Am I not strong? And that's not like muscles don't make you strong. Not the only thing that makes you strong. Muscles can make you stronger though, and you can also put on a lot of muscle and become weaker because you become more or less flexible. Like when I started working out, before I started working out, I remember I used to be able to do front squats where I could grab the bar and my wrists would go all the way back and I could do the front squat like that, right? But I got too like my muscles was too fucking tight, you know what I'm saying? Like and I wasn't flexible enough anymore, and I started to notice I couldn't do that anymore, and I would have to hold the bar like this to do front squats. So I became weaker. I became more brittle because of that, because I wasn't as flexible. So I didn't become, muscles don't make you strong. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't buy into that. Oh, okay, Troublesome. I'm sorry. She said she was being sarcastic.
Someone is asking me to clarify my question. Someone is asking me to clarify my question about what do I mean by hate. Like, when I say I think it's a very small percentage, I'm saying how many women do we think, like, actively hate men in the sense of, like, if I see them being harmed right in front of me, I wouldn't do anything about it. I wouldn't even call the cops. Like, I actively wish harm on them. Like, I actively, like, hate however you hate a person. Like, how many women do we think are actively going around hating men like that versus just, like we were talking about, being indifferent to them? Because I feel like we muddy the waters and get those confused all the time.
Mm-hmm. And also, I think they think hate.
I probably eat like an anteater.
It's popcorn. I'm trying not to be rude. Hey, but I also think that.
Hey y'all.
What up, Liam? I also think that the women who they think that when a woman gets online, specifically because a lot of this stuff happens online, they think that equates to hate. Like a woman like talking whatever they're talking, they're like, see, these women are hateful. And I'm like, but let's examine her real life though. What is she actually doing to men in real life? You know?
Yeah, I think that's what I'm getting at. Like, is this like a online discourse kind of thing where women are, because even there, it's not hate. It's like she's disagreeing with the horrible shit that you're saying about other women. Like, she's pushing back against the horrible rhetoric that you're pushing out there. But like, yeah, let's examine this woman as soon as she gets offline. I'm sure she has relationships with men, whether it be romantic or platonic or brothers or cousins or daddy or whatever, where like she's not just walking around every time she sees a man she wants to throw up. Like, most women are not moving like that in the
real world.
Yeah, and
Like, what are we talking about?
And also,
I think it's because they think that it's gonna give women, and I think we lagging, Pub.
no, you good.
Okay, I see you eating in real time. Okay. I also think that they get mad because they feel like it's giving women the quote wrong idea, which is why they big up pick-me's and stuff, because they're like, see, she worships men, she loves men, be like her. And when they hear people like Shan talking, because they kept saying this on Franklin a lot of this amount, she hates men. She admitted it. She hates men. It's like, what? But honestly, that's what they feel. They feel like too many women saying the same thing empowers women to get, quote, the wrong idea about men, and it makes women turn away from men. And they don't want that because they still want access to women.
Yeah, that's what.
Right, and I understand that, but it's like I've said before about public, about me, about anybody, what we say wouldn't be effective if y'all weren't actually doing the actions. Like, we would be speaking into the void if nobody could relate, or if, there were 2% of people that could relate to the things that we say, we wouldn't be effective. The reason it's effective, the reason a lot of people relate to it, is because it's true. Because you actually are doing these things. So instead of you focusing on, hey, men, how about we make what they're saying a little bit less true? How about we stop giving so many women a reason to relate to it? No, let's just shut down the people that's saying it out loud. That's dumb. That doesn't make any sense because, okay, we stop saying it out loud. You're still going to be doing it.
Yeah.
And these women are still going to feel the same way about you at the end of the day.
Well, it's going to be worse, too, if you stop talking about it out loud, because it's going to be a bunch of women that won't even be able to clock it sometimes. Like, they don't even know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Because they might be too young or naive or whatever, So that's another reason why they want to silence the women from talking about it, or from anybody, not just the women. Women hating men doesn't lead to harm against men, though. So women getting online and like they they talked about Drew Afwalu talking about it, or saying I hate all men or whatever the case may be. That doesn't actually lead to any negative consequences for men in real life. You know what I'm saying? But when men get online and talk negatively about women, that does lead to negative consequences to women in real life. So nothing is a one-to-one. That's what I'm saying. That's why I never play that game of like, man, it go both ways. Women hate men and did it. And I'm like, okay, but that's not like, like, I don't care, because how does that affect us in the real world? How does that, like, what is that doing for us? How does that how does that mess up your emotion in real life? It doesn't. Who cares? Nobody's coming after you. Your woman isn't going to start abusing you because she heard something online or what. No, it ain't going to happen. What up, Lynn? Lynn, what's good? Oh, she might have stepped away. I see her say somebody. There she goes. Yeah, I got you.
Okay, my bad. My phone had to catch back up. You was kind of lagging.
Damn, hold on. I'm gonna call her and come back. TikTok been having me lagging like a mug.
And every other day. Like 1 minute I'm male-centered and I'm a pick me. The next minute I hate men. Like, okay, yeah, whatever. Everybody has an agenda that they're pushing, and the way they push it is to manipulate and try to triangulate groups of other people, against each other. But it never makes your point more right. It never makes what you're saying any more truthful by trying to do these manipulation, like, oh, don't listen to her because this, don't listen to her because that. How about you make them stop listening to me by making what I say untrue? Let's try that.
Facts. Hey.
From what I see, they never address the actual talking points.
Yeah. I agree.
You caught up now. Well, the lag caught up. I wanted to say to your prompt, Hub, I think that you should care about women hating men, but I think you should care about it in a way of keep doing what you're doing. Because I wouldn't call it hate like y'all have been saying,
But I have other extreme feelings, like I have a strong distrust for men. I have a strong disdain for men. I have a strong sense of apprehension when it comes to being involved with men.
Mhm.
I've now developed the habit of not guilty until proven innocent. Not innocent. You gotta prove to me. You gotta do something that shows me that you're innocent. You get what I'm saying? Like, all men are bad. You have to work your way out of badness to me. You have to prove to me that you are not a bad man. And that's protection. So I think what you're doing here is important, and there's going to be the tables are going to turn. So there's going to be a bunch of men who are actually going to start listening. Right now, they're trickling in. You get like a few men at a time that are like, you know what? I actually hear what you're saying, and I got to do better. Right? It's starting to be like 5. It's going to be 10. We're living in the internet age, and the internet age makes us evolve a lot faster. So there is the evolution coming. I know I sound like Crocker from Fairly Odd Parents. I'd be like, evolution. But the evolution is coming, y'all. Like we are turning to a different point in time where we are going to start being more sensitive and worrying about like companionships in a way of not survival, but how are you to me mentally, emotionally, and spiritually? Like, how are you advancing me in that way? Because we don't have to survive. Like, we don't have to worry about survival, like a lion gonna come and attack us, or a bear, or something crazy like that. Like, we are not at that point in time anymore. So we no longer need each other for that. But I wanted to also say real quick, y'all, my bad. When y'all was talking about fitness, that's when I came up. And when we were talking about strength, it's funny because women do hold strength differently than men. I can squat a lot more than a lot of men. Like, my legs are really strong. My legs are really thick. I can probably push a whole lot of weight with my legs. A lot of men don't have lower body strength. So, like, if we're looking at strength, we can measure different muscle fibers. And, like, a man who is not used to running, my fast twitch muscle fibers are going to be faster than him because I do a lot of cardio. So I'm going to be stronger than him in that way too. And lung capacity. Like, the point of view of these men on TikTok is so myopic, and I just wish y'all would open up your minds to different things.
It's like when I do like I told you, I do Pilates now, but like that's a different type of strength. Like, I'm way stronger than my wife. Like, I could squat more than her. I could, you know what I mean? Like, I could bench press more, anything upper body, but like I could do anything lower body too. I could do more weight lunges, like whatever, right? But when we do Pilates, like when it's like core shit and, you know, like twist, like to put your arm this way and pull it through and do all of that shit, she be kicking my ass. She can do the whole workout without putting her foot down or without putting her arm down. I got to tap out several times during the workout. So she is indeed stronger than me in that capacity, without a doubt.
Pilates ain't no hoe. I don't know what the men's thought, but Pilates has always been that girl.
Yeah, men should.
Trying to step his flexibility back up.
I never been flexible my whole life. Even when I played sports, I was always like I'm a bit of a freak of an athlete, right? Not like pat myself on the back. Like, I'm a natural, like I'm an athlete. So I was always just getting by on like going to practice and raw talent type shit. Like, I wasn't on that, like, I got to be flexible. I got to go to the gym. I got to work out and push this weight. Like, when it was weight days and shit, I go in there and fuck around and had a coach seeing me do my little, you know, like Hayes was in there, but I get be out on the field. I run back, put my cleats on, get on the field and get the, you know, that's what I wanted to do. Can I make a reverse layup? Not now, but yeah, when I used to play basketball, I could dunk. I could do all that shit. I'm 6 foot tall, so you would think, you know, 6 foot, like, yeah, but I ain't that fucking tall. We talk about basketball, but I could dunk. I'll dunk on you. Like, I could do that shit. I'm a bit of a freak of an athlete, but I'm not. My core has never been that strong. I've never had that much core strength. I've never been that flexible. Now in my 40s, I'm like, that's the only fucking thing that matters. Being flexible and having good core strength, that'll keep me alive until I'm 90. Fuck all these muscles and shit. Nigga out here trying to be buff for nothing.
Yeah, that's what like I focus on a lot, and like in boxing, my boxing coach, he makes me he has me focus on my entire midsection, because that's how you stay up. Like if someone were to push me, like I'm not gonna fall down easily because it's like a brick. Like damn, I am a brick house, y'all. Hey, shout out to that. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's how you stay like sturdy, basically your entire core.
Yeah, you got to get that core. Get that core in there. Tawana said, if women would study the ancient esoteric books, they would see the African spirituality that explains why these things are happening and how to move. You got to hit them books. Pub the Pilates Princess. I am not the Pilates Princess. That's my wife. She's a Pilates
That's
princess.
Why I said that it's subjective, because if you're engaging in something and you need to be flexible, but you super buff, like what does that actually mean for you? You know what I mean? Like, and I think a lot of dudes rely on like these already misogynistic points to prove like, yeah, men are bigger and stronger and faster. Like, okay, sir, but if you gotta touch your toes, like if the name of the game is trying to figure out how to touch your toes and you can't do that because you so buff that literally, you know, you can't bend over because your boobs is pushing you back up, or you know, you can't look down. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. They said it's lagging, but
because you don't. Okay, because you're too strong or you have too many muscles. Like you said, you can get to the point of having so many muscles that you lose agility, you lose flexibility. And a lot of these dudes are finding out the hard way, even as they age. Like, you can have all of these muscles, but if you're not doing other things to make sure that you know, like you said, strengthening your core, you living off of protein shakes, you gonna hit 50 and your body is gonna turn on you.
Mm-hmm. Not only that, BPG, but it's
40.
very important to know that all of this stuff needs to. That's how strength is calculated. Like because muscle size does not equal strength. Because Public is 6 foot tall. A man who's shorter than him, therefore bulkier looking than him, is going to look physically stronger because his muscles appear to be bigger. Yeah. But without the flexibility, without the joint mobility, that man may not be as strong, because all of that is required to lift anything. You still have to be flexible. You still have to have like almost like flexibility is almost like oil to the muscles. So like if you creaking like you can't really pick nothing up, you just look physically strong, then you're not even really physically strong. You're just aesthetically big. Like big dudes are not always the strongest. Like, and people Mellow declined your invite, Pub.
I never sent it because I didn't see it. I couldn't see him. Because he was blocked before. I didn't.
Tell him to throw them big ham hocks he called legs. See if he can do some Pilates. See if he's strong enough.
He might be. Nah, I would say that
Hey, I'm starting to think you jealous of Mello's shape. I think you want to be shaped like Mello, because Mello's shaped like a bad beach.
I doubt it. I doubt he's shaped like that. Nah, yeah, that shit is crazy though. Some real shit. And I've seen damn. I saw a woman wrestle a bodybuilder, and she did jujitsu, but she beat his ass in like 5 seconds. Like, and she was way smaller than him. Like, he had way more. I also seen, you know, the Gracies and shit. Go watch them. Go watch the Gracies back in the day when like MMA first started. When they first started, like, you know, like showing it, they'd be, you know, 6'1", 145 pounds, and they would be fighting dudes that was 6'3", 260. It was no weight classes, and they would just grab them and fucking choke them out. They would choke them out with their gis and shit like that. It was crazy because it's a different type. You know what I mean? Like, is that not strength? Like, it's, you know what I mean? Like, is that not what strength? Maybe if it was a deadlifting contest, they would have lost. Deadlifting, they would have lost that contest, but it wasn't a deadlift contest. You know what I'm saying? It's just different, man. Different strength. But I would say practical strength wise, you know, having a strong core and being flexible makes more sense than having a bunch of muscles. Yeah, I've been there. Hey, they're saying the live is lagging a lot. I was gonna end it anyway. I got to get ready. I got to go get my sons and shit like that. But and we hit the 3rd hour, so we in the witching hour, man. But I appreciate everybody coming up. Y'all, everybody in the comments. The comments was comment. Appreciate everybody on the YouTubes. Abundance, Tawana, Juniper, Styling Twins, OD3, Miss Not For Everyone, Clicks and Views, Nia, Osa, to Nigel, Juniper. I appreciate y'all. Everybody, they hit the super chat, man. One love, one thug. We did it, Joe. I'm out of this.